I think we're live. OBS is making strange, flashy things at me. Chat isn't refreshing. So working, like normal, as intended, right? I'm sure it's working. Alright, so, welcome back. Episode 4, Traveler. Last time, you guys bought a ship, snuck onto a military base, blew up a Psy Ember, held off a horde of enemies, and generally made yourselves into big damn heroes, and then told no one that you were heroes, which was pretty awesome. Your employer was very happy. Today's episode, the first thing we were opening up with is, do we want this new Safari ship you got such a great deal on to be your home base?
I vote no. I'm glad everybody else is voting. This is
Yeah, I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote no. I like the idea of a mobile base, but
yeah, I'm fine with that.
I agree that it's small.
So it is about the same size as any other ship you're likely to be able to afford.
Right.
There is that thing that, I should point out. There are some ships that can carry an ATV size or craft, and this one does have one. What I should do to make your, give you better decision making. Right here on this book right here are like the specs of it, and you'll see that it does come with its ATV on launch, and the ATV is a vehicle that can carry pretty much the whole party. It has an air raft as well. It's got a lot of amenities, but what it doesn't have is cargo space. And cargo space is your reason you can't carry the tank.
What was our take last session?
I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. Hold on.
I don't think you told us.
Really?
I don't see it in the Traveler where you usually tell us.
I didn't put it in there. Okie dokie, hold on a second. See if I put it in my notebook. Because if I didn't put it in there, I'm going to have to do the math again.
I didn't mean to completely destroy your train of thought, but...
It's all good.
Sammy's really sad that you guys don't want to live in a spaceship with him.
I'm not saying we're not going to spend a lot of time on that ship. I'm saying we probably want an actual base where we can store and run operations.
Right.
Because something to note is that there's not only is there a crew on there and there's the four of us, but our team is not just the four of us. There's like alts.
Both the alts and NPCs.
That's very true too. My whole thing is we are not a crew of a spaceship. We are a crew of a mercenary group. So I don't want to live on a spaceship. I'd rather live in a base of operations.
Money-wise, everyone's individual take was 90,000 credits. That's for you as an individual. You also earn 10 reputation points, which I've put on here. And you can have about a week of time. More than that if you decide to refit the ship, because at the end of the last session, and this is one of the questions I needed to ask about the ship, is it's not armed. And you guys were like, hey, maybe we should put some guns on this thing. Well, that takes time. How much time do you guys want to spend doing that?
How much time does it take to put weapons on?
It depends on the weapons. If you want to go for cheap and fast, we can do that in a couple weeks. Can have them slotted. If you want something more advanced, obviously it costs a lot more money, but it also takes more time. So that could be a month. Because of your connections in this solar system, you can probably get priority slip for putting in the weapons, but that might cost your benefactor a little bit of extra money.
Oh.
There's also some world events that are going to be going on, which is one of the reasons I need to know how much time you guys are spending downtime-wise before you go on your next mission, because I got to tell you what's going on.
All right, I vote is for the cheap and fast, just put weapons on it.
Okay. That'll run you guys about 1 million credits in 2 weeks.
We have 1 million credits?
Yeah, like I said, don't worry about the stuff for the company. If you run into a money problem, I'll let you know. And I will say that if you want to go get another ship, you will kind of run into a money problem until you tell your benefactor you can sell the current one. And then it becomes much easier because he can sell this thing for credits and pick up another one. But you also need to figure out which one you want. There are too many ships for me to just sit here and list everyone. I picked one I thought would be a good multi-role ship. Does a lot of different things. Doesn't do any one thing exceptionally well, but it does a lot of things. So if you guys decide you want something else, you need to look through the catalog yourself and tell me which one you want.
Gotcha. I'm cool with this ship for right now. I mean, that's why we put weapons on it.
Yeah. Now, in the 2 weeks that you guys have been here, you got news that a neighboring star system, Westons, fell under incredibly heavy enemy attack, and that the enemy actually made it to the main capital city and started like butchering civilians and razing the city. And the main fleet for the Alliance from this system got called in to help pull them out. What that's meant is that every civilian vessel, every militia person, like they're basically the local defenders are like, okay, the big ships are gone. We need to be ready for an attack. And that has raised a contract for running picket patrols. Basically, take your spaceship, fly out to the edge of our space, and then challenge any ship that tries to enter it. And if there are any Chiton or pirates or whatever, because pirate activity obviously went up as soon as the big fleet left, take care of that. At about the second week, the beginning of the second week, there's also an outright rebellion. So there's been this decapitation strike mission you guys have had for a while where I said, hey, there's rebels on the planet and, there's contracts to do something about it. And you guys are like, yeah, but other things. Well, since that didn't get taken care of, these rebels said, oh, the big ship's left, and they've seized a whole town. Actually, they've seized a whole region of the city, of the world, and said, this is ours now, and fuck you guys, and, we're in charge here now. So there's a contract to go take care of them as well. And that's the two that you have available at this moment. Alternately, you could just go, out adventuring. You guys don't have to take contracts. I just said I'd always have some available for you.
Right.
Can we tell anybody about these contracts?
Yeah.
The
last one had a contingency about not talking, but these don't have that. This one, the only one of these has a contingency. If you go deal with the rebellion, they've taken a civilian town, so there's like a don't shoot civilians clause. Don't lock them all in with the civilians in a school and burn it to the ground.
We would never do that.
Nope, it's unprecedented. Since you're in the stream, that sounds okay, right?
I don't know.
It's unprecedented. Since you're in the stream.
Yeah,
that sounds okay.
and now there's an echo.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I had to hear it.
Yeah.
I think it works. I could actually hear it.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Sounds great. Okay, so I'm cool for the picket patrol. That would allow us to.
What do we have to do?
So we're gonna go out to the edges of the space lanes and run security, looking for pirates and Chiton. So that would be the ship-to-ship boarding combat stuff.
All right. The weapons that we currently have attached, are they going to be adequate for what we are likely to run into?
The captain's going to tell you that with as close as you are to the planet, if they come across anything he doesn't think you can fight, they should be able to run. So, everything's relative. If a capital ship pops out of jump space right in front of you, then no, that's not going to be something you can handle. But if that happens, you can run. So.
Okay. And then what's the plan for this? Jeremy, you wanted to do some boarding actions. So, what's your idea here?
I also want to do some boarding actions, so I'm in.
Oh, he's muted and deafened. He can't hear us. Oh,
I
there
think
he
it
goes.
never sounds so good.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to listen to the stream.
Oh.
I've got a stream you can listen to. It's going to take me another 15, 20 minutes, but
I usually have one right around 9:30, 10.
yeah. I won't mute it this next time. That way you can hear it.
So, like, my whole job has been to find things that are in poor condition and, like, salvage them and take them away. So if we are just out and the ship says, hey, we're not pirates here, we're just coming on through, and we stop them, we can send a couple people over and cut holes in their doors or actively salvage it. And then once there's nobody else on the ship, then we have an extra ship to sell. So
You're saying to do this to the non-pirates?
just anybody that's coming at us.
Oh, because you made it sound like we were going to pick on the people that weren't the pirates or the bad guys, just random bystanders and take their stuff.
They'd have to be in a ship in space.
So that means they're not random bystanders.
Yeah. There could just be, like, upstanding citizens trying to run from an active rebellion.
We're not going to attack them, though, right? That's what you're not saying that.
You have to read between the lines as they're communicating with you. But yeah, we wouldn't do that.
Okay, good. It sounded like you were saying we would do that, and I was like, I don't think I agree with that, but I don't want to call him out until I know for sure that that's what he's saying.
Yep. So it should be fun, though.
So on the Safari ship, this is the launch that you have available to you. In the cargo bay, which is listed as Area 2 on this thing, there's an ATV right now. And I should probably get an ATV stat sheet for you to look at. Let me go into my PDF and... Oh, someone's pinging something.
That was just me picking the cargo bay, number 5.
Oh.
Not the trophy lounge. But yeah.
Okay, what about the cargo bay?
Yeah, it's just there. I don't know why I decided to ping it.
Okay. Alright, well, let me get back to what I was doing. Let's see. I need to find a thing. Professional. Control F, this PDF. 8 responses. Page 144. Page 220.
Am I reading that the M drive of the launch and the M drive of the Safari ship go the same speed? Is that how I'm supposed to interpret that? Anybody know?
Probably. I'll look at it in a second. I think that's probably correct. Alright, the ATV is listed here if you guys want to look at it. The Safari ship, obviously, is your big mothership. And by this big mothership, I mean everything's relative. It's big compared to the launch. The launch is what you would, like, take down to the planet.
Right. I mean, the M drive thrust 1, is that the same speed then?
Yes, there's a whole Starship combat mechanic that, if you really want to get into it, we can get into it, and I can explain this, but I can tell you right now that you guys don't want to get into the worrying about the maneuver drive numbers, or how that relevant works, or all of the super complex math that they want to do. I'm just saying, like, you specifically said you didn't want to do that, so I'm just letting you know you're about to go down that rabbit hole.
No, just asking the question.
But they do move at about the same speed on M drive.
Right, okay.
They also has an M drive of 2 versus an M drive of 20, which just means it's substantially more powerful than the actual big Safari ship.
No, the M drive, you're looking at the power requirements. The M drive is thrust 1. The M drive over here is actually, thrust 1. So that's how fast it is. How much power it uses, because obviously the Safari ship is a lot bigger, so the engines need to draw more power to make it move at the same speed as the tiny little launch. So that's what that 20 means. It's how much power you're draining off your reactor. Another advantage of the Safari ship is most ships, make the assumption that you're not using your jump drive while you're using everything else, and therefore your weapon systems and your jump drive kind of use the same amount of power. The Safari ship is one of the few ships that can charge its jump drives while powering everything else.
Neat.
Not a lot of ships can do that. And I'm only pointing it out because, that's a thing that I can see you guys totally being like, so it makes sense that we're just going to run now, right? We could just use our jump drive. Well, no, that's got to charge. Let's keep that in mind.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to know about, like, space-to-space stuff? Like, do we need to be in an umbilical to, like, go between ships?
I mean, there's a ton of stuff. I kind of wish you'd read the chapter between the last session and this session, but it's sci-fi, so it's almost hard sci-fi. Where, like, aside from the fact that you have a faster-than-light drive, everything else works kind of like you would expect it to work. There's gravity plating too, but like the rest of it, think like real technology, like real science. So, if you open an airlock out to space, you die.
Right.
And yes, being there under umbilicals or having a suit that can maneuver for you is really important, but you guys bought vac suits that I think are specifically designed to do that.
Right, so then we were talking about torches or something to break into another ship. Do we have those?
I've got a laser cutting gear. It's 4 kilos worth of thing. It's a small backpack. I cut things open.
Are
with
you
it
trained for that?
frequently. Sure. Yeah, I'm a bouncer. I can do it.
You are now, I guess, right?
I'd say that's probably an education mechanic role. I'm actually pretty good at that.
So the usual way that you would board a ship, and you guys would know this, there are two methods. If it's a human vessel, the preferred method is to hack the airlock, and then use your launch to bring your people over there, dock with the airlock, and then enter that way. That's the cleanest way to do it. But since you guys were fighting the Chiton, and they don't have that kind of airlock technology, you also learned how to explosively cut your way through a hull. Just using a torch is going to take forever. But if you use some shaped charges, blow a hole in something, or, something really powerful like a shipboard laser, then you can make holes relatively quickly. But obviously that decompresses the chamber you're going into.
It's good if our enemies are in that chamber.
It's bad if they have captives, though.
I mean, you can't make an omelet.
Yeah, also no big guns while you're flying through space or shooting inside of the Orkin place.
But I have my suit on.
Yeah, but it's also our ship, and we don't want to shoot out of our ship, or towards our ship, or through the other ship into our ship, or into the launch.
That's okay. I don't really use a gun. I have a hammer.
No, I'm okay with that. That's good.
His character's actually really built for boarding actions. I'm just imagining you're having all these conversations with the crew of the ship.
Yeah. Do we have the explosives that we're going to need to breach a ship?
You might,
Buy that?
yeah, you might want to look into getting in some of that. That's the thing that you might want to get. You can use standard plastic, so it won't be hard to find. Someone needs to have that on their person, and someone needs to know how to use it.
Is anybody good with explosives? I've only done.
Explosives is its own skill set.
Yep. I've done some very generic mechanic stuff. Never dealt with explosives though.
Me neither.
I am trained in explosives.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
It's a 0, but it's not a -3.
I was about to say it's better than not having anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Three bad.
Literally a 0 is better than 0.
You want to go ahead and buy some then? I'm trying to find it in the supply catalog.
Explosives are on page 137 in the supply catalog.
Plastique.
Oh, we could buy a spider bomb.
There's actually a specific breaching charge that you can buy.
Big sheep too.
Yeah, like I said, it's not difficult to get. It's just someone needs to carry it because they are explosives. Someone needs to know how to plant them because, explosives.
Yeah. Seems like something that my Star Wars characters would do really well with.
Yeah.
Right.
So it sounds like. So the captain would be sitting. It sounds like you guys, if we encounter an enemy ship, what you want me to do is get as close to it as possible, so you guys can launch the launch at it, and then try to board it. And if it's a pirate ship, you want to try to get into the airlock, or are you looking to disembark in your suits and you want me to be really close? Because I kind of like the first plan better.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take the launch, but I don't know. I can't fly a launch. That's not me.
I love me some launches. I will fly that bad boy where it needs to go.
Good, because I'm in a suit.
Oh man, do I have a negative from being in a suit inside a launch? Probably.
I don't know. I don't think it says anything about that. Let me reread that.
So Chris, I'm gonna pick up 10 charges.
Okay, as long as you can carry that.
I'm not gonna keep them. I'm gonna put them on the ship.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you pick up as much as you want that way. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'll carry. Probably just carry 1 or 2. I don't see why you'd want. I don't think you'd want more than that.
No.
I mean, you're going to need one for each Iris door, unless you're going to hack the Iris door, but the Iris doors are totally dealable, and you would know this because this was y'all's specialty in the military. So there's like manual hand cranks you can use to open them. It's slow, but it almost always works. There's electronic bypasses, which, work. And then on the Chitin ships, they were organic. So you found that if you sprayed them with fire, they would open. On a truly 100% organic Chitin ship, you never were fully inside, but you did notice that their iris valves are like, what can I say other than butthole? It's
a sphincter.
It's
like a
Sphincter.
it is a sphincter. Like that's what it is. That's their door. And then you set it on fire, it gets uncomfortable and it opens.
What you have to do is you have to agitate the sphincter to get it to release.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna kill another big bad with shit, aren't you?
I'm gonna climb into its shitter and kill it.
I can always use a big enema.
Oh, that's what we got to call the board. The
thruster.
launch.
Yeah. The
Launch. Oh, we could just call it the thruster.
I like enema better.
Yeah, it's the enema.
Raid, Orkin, and enema.
So this thing doesn't do a good job of explaining this, but the launch has a side door that opens in the cargo bay. Like a whole this gray section right here rolls up. And it exposes the whole bay to space if you want to.
Huh. Okay.
But this diagram does not show that, but that's how the ATV gets in and out. Speaking of the ATV, the captain is going to be like, if you want to use the launch for that, you should probably leave the ATV here on the planet because it's kind of big and it's going to take up a lot of that space.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want a lot of cargo space to fill up our ship after we've dealt with the pirates.
I'm taking the ongoing silence to mean everyone has a plan.
So are we already done shopping then?
You can do any kind of shopping you want. What do you need?
Oh, I don't know. That's what just general ask.
Does everybody have a vac suit at least? 'Cause
Oh yeah, we all bought them last session.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said something I forgot. So, Raccoon.
Yes.
So last couple weeks, you see, Deacon got kind of recalled by the Scout Service and had to go on a mission. And it was a really straightforward thing. It was, hey, go pick up these refugees from this planet. They need to be evacuated because the Chitin are coming. So you took your ship and you flew out there to evacuate these refugees. So basically, this colony is a religious colony, and they don't have a lot of technology. So they needed some help. So you land and you start trying to organize this thing, and then you find out that so how long have you been gone? It's like 3-4 weeks. So it's a one jump out and one jump back, but it's like 2 weeks of listening to a number of highly religious, highly persistent, but very polite people trying to convert you to their particular religion. And the first week is okay. The second week is you're not allowed to be mad at them because they're polite. But they're so persistent. So
How Scientology made it to the future.
yes, that kind of thing.
Have you met our Lord and Savior Zoltan?
Oh, that's even better. If you make a donation to their cause, they go away for a while. So you've lost some pocket money, and you've had a very annoying couple of weeks. When you get back, your break was still better than Sterling's, but you had some annoying stuff. And when you got back, the crew had a new ship, and the Scout Service was like, "Hey, we need to recall your ship, so you don't have access to your ship at the moment."
Short story though, you should buy a boarding suit,
Yes.
a boarding vac suit.
Okay, I can purchase a vac suit most likely. I'm pretty sure unless vac suits are a lot more expensive than I thought they are.
I didn't make that detrimental enough because he didn't react. I should have had him spooning with Clax again.
Oh.
Somewhere in the universe, there are little baby Wookiee Genosians
Yeah.
that are.
Well, he wasn't a
more
Wookiee.
abominable.
He was a Mon Cal in that one, so like half fish.
Oh my god, fish bugs!
Yeah.
Holy crap! It's actually worse than the Wookiee Tordarians.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just imagine that the Wookiee Tordarian thing, that's where Baby Yoda came from. Like, that's how, that's in my head canon, that's where that came from.
It's everything that Anakin Skywalker fought to stop. When he was murdering the younglings.
Alright, so page 19 is the boarding vac suit. Can I buy either the tech level 11 or tech level 12, or does it have to be the tech level 11?
I believe we went with the 11 last time. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, he said only 11.
Alright.
And it was plus 25%.
Is
Call-
it just me, or is Raccoon like whispering?
He's pretty quiet. I turned him up a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm quiet.
Okay. I will turn you up for the benefit of the stream. I can hear you fine, but sometimes the volume's a little low on the
Yeah.
stream.
I'm not entirely sure what everybody's Discord settings are, but
I try to keep everyone in Discord at 100% and not turn them up in Discord because that doesn't always translate correctly over to the OBS software.
fair enough.
All right. So you've got a vac suit. You've had your ship repossessed. The crew has a new ship. They've cheated on you. There's a new captain and crew on board this ship. It's Captain Picker. Hold on, I have a list. I have to go through it.
Yeah, it's Captain Picker.
Yeah. Yes,
I-
Captain Picker, Lieutenant Ryder, Warg, the pilot, and Scotchy, the mechanic, are the four crew members of the Workin.
There's also a droid that is supposed to look human. It doesn't. Doesn't look human at all. It just walks into walls. It's more like like someone took a shark vacuum
and put legs on it and made it and told it it looked human. It's awful.
His name is Info.
Info, yeah.
Oh, I thought we were gonna call it Sharky.
Okay. Anyone else have any last minute needs? I think we're ready.
Yeah, I don't need anything else except I don't know.
I got a hand flamer, and I took extra. I took one of. Actually, no, I went and I bought a couple of shape charges, so I am prepared to breach.
Awesome. Teams coordinating as always. We like it. So for the pick and patrol, you guys don't get any special instructions. It's just, hey, fly out to these series of nav points and patrol for this period of time. So you guys are going to lift off, and you're going to actually spend a whole week on this patrol, and nothing's going to happen. It's just regular commercial traffic for a whole week. What do you guys do during this week?
What are the options?
Well, just about any of the normal RPG tropes you can think of. You can also work on stuff. You can try to do a study period because it is a full week. So as long as I don't roll any incidents during the week that would interrupt your study period, you can get a study period, or you can get a week towards your study period.
How do study periods work? Because I have 3 weeks currently I haven't used yet.
Okay, so study periods are 4 weeks, 8 weeks. They're 8 weeks. And each study, you need a number of study periods equal to the rank you're trying to get, which means you have to do 1 twice, because you have to do 0 and then you have to do 1. And they don't, so like when you go for 2, it isn't the study period that you used for 1 doesn't come over. You need to use 2 more for that one. That makes sense? And that's how you level your skills.
It doubles every time.
So if you just need a 0, you just need 8 weeks?
Yeah, so if you just need a 0, you need 8 weeks. And then you have to roll for it, and there's a whole thing. So once you get to 8 weeks, we'll go through it, but you have to roll for it and do a thing, and it's quite an involved little process. And then when you do level 1, you need 8 weeks again, because it's still 1. So 0 and 1 are the same thing. And then when you go to 2, then you need 2 more. And then you need 3, you need 3 more, etc.
Okay.
So I got 0 time when I was dealing with the religious people.
Yeah, you weren't here for that week.
Okay. And is there somebody on this craft that can help me train in learning how to fly a craft, even though?
Sure, there's a pilot. He's a big old dog. His name is Warg. He drools in the console, but other than that, he's okay.
He's pretty smart.
He drools and he growls. That's just about all he does.
I mean,
And he's got a lazy eye.
he's
Yep.
he's like another dog I know. He growls when he's happy with you, which is really disconcerting.
Some would say he's very serious.
You gotta watch out. He's got that leg humping problem too.
Not this one, but we did have one that had that, and he'll be back.
So one of these days we'll encounter an intelligent Barguard and we'll be really confused.
But this guy is intelligent. It's why he growls at you guys all the time, because you've only met stupid ones. So you keep treating him like he's stupid, which pisses him off. So now he just thinks all of you are terribly racist and doesn't talk to any of you.
I tried to give him a Kong full of peanut butter and he hit me.
Yeah. In our defense, he doesn't look us in our eyes.
He's a good dog. I mean, pilot.
We try to give him belly rubs.
That's taking it too far.
We're getting back in that leg humping thing.
Yeah.
So I get a week in spacecraft piloting.
I'm not going to study. I'm going to be on the edge of the ship, like looking out of all the nooks and crannies. I think something cool is going to happen. I living it up. Floating around.
You're familiarizing yourself with the ship. If you have to make a roll that requires being familiar with the ship, go ahead and give yourself a +2 if that roll comes up. Anyone else?
Yeah, we got these weapons installed, so I'm spending some time familiarizing myself with them. That's
Excellent.
actually what my study period is. It's
I'd like to do
turrets.
that as well.
That sounds awesome. You guys take turns. Lieutenant Ryder is the designated gunner, and he's more than happy to teach you guys how to do space skeet shooting, as he calls it. Basically, every time you guys jettison the trash, he sees how quick he can vaporize it with the beam laser.
Yeah.
Nice.
It also gives some piloting practice for Raccoon's character, because they end up, like, they jettison out the bottom, and then the ship has to, like, flip, like it's doing evasive maneuvers. And, you know, you guys are basically just goofing off in space, but you're learning things about how spaceships work. Alright, so that covers... We didn't do Silverback. We didn't do... No, we did everybody but him.
So we can actually do some training then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you can take a week of study time if you want to put it towards a specific thing you want.
So you said that there's a roll, though. Like, I've hit 8 weeks.
You've hit... Do we want to stop here and do that real quick?
If it's... I thought it would be quick. It's just a roll.
It's not super quick. Mainly because I haven't done it before, so I need to, like... I have to go do all the things. Okay, I did take the time to put a bookmark in my physical book, though.
So now you're able to train in an existing skill, right? Not actually build a new one.
You are, but you need... So if you're rank 1 and you want rank 2, you need 2 study periods to do that.
What if you're rank nothing? You have to actually be at least a rank 0, right?
If you're rank 0, you need 1 study period, which is 8 weeks.
But if you're nothing, you need 8 weeks to get a 0.
Gotcha. So everything's 8 weeks, basically, to go up in anything.
Okay,
But
so,
you need doubles later
so
when we get to that part.
once 8 weeks of training and learning have been accumulated over any length of total time, a study period has been completed. At this point, the traveler must succeed an average, which is 8+ EDU check. Success indicates that the traveler has learned something, and if they were attempting to learn a brand new skill at level 0, they can now add that to their character sheet. Failure indicates that the traveler has learned nothing new or useful, but may try again after another successful study period.
Ooh, okay. So it's an EDU check, and I got a 6. So I'll need another study period.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that information is on page 55. There's actually quite a bit more to it there. Want to look into that more in depth?
I think the Valk suit thing is going to be kind of useful, so I think I probably need to start doing some training in that.
Yeah, yes. That's a very good idea.
So right now I got a nothing, so we're going to go for a 0.
Okay. You have 8 weeks worth of time accumulated?
I do not.
You should, if this is the same character that you've been playing the past 3
Yeah, I was about to say it is the same character.
No, it is. Yeah, fair enough.
We've had 8 weeks of downtime with these characters.
Oh, we have?
So there you go.
If you've played every...
I was about to say,
session.
everyone who's been at every session should have. I can't remember if
I think I missed
O-Dubs... Oh, you missed one? Yeah, if you missed one, then
I
you're...
think I missed one.
Yeah, then you're behind. You wouldn't have gotten that time. So you're probably 1 or 2 weeks off of 8 weeks.
Gotcha. So we'll just keep doing that again and build that up.
Yep. Alright, so on the second week, I'd say on Monday, the second week, you're all awoken by a general alarm. You've done drills for general alarms before, so you kind of know where to go for your stations and stuff. But this one isn't a drill. And
The general's coming.
there's actual like people who, oh, did you bring the Jimmy Bobs and the Polly Bobs with you? We didn't talk about that.
I think we would have, yeah.
I think we did. Weren't they in like some kind of closet or something like that? We had them in a drawer or something.
Okay. Because you guys did have that tank that you would have had to have left behind because it doesn't fit on the ship. Be rebuilt.
Right.
Okay, let's pull out a star map real quick. All of my long-term Edge of the Empire players will recognize this map I've been using forever and ever and ever. There is a ship that's running the perimeter. It hasn't stopped for any of the customs buoys. It hasn't answered any hails. I'm assuming that... Ooh, what is that? What is that doing? I hope that wasn't something important. I'm assuming that the crew all are at terminals or in places where they can see out the windows, and we'll get this whole story.
Yep.
Okay, it's Maul's thing that's malfunctioning. We'll fix that in a minute. So out of the window, as the captain pulls closer, there is a subsidized merchant as far as the scanners are concerned, but as you get closer, you realize that bad things have happened to this ship.
Okay, so we need to stop that ship.
Okay. How do we want to stop the ship?
So it's
Able
not
to try and
coming.
communicate with it or anything?
It's not answering hails.
Gotcha.
We
So-
should board it. We should
Yep.
board it, see if we can activate any systems and get it to slow down, save any survivors, and if nothing else, detonate it and get it, make it scrap.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the pilot to maybe start an intercept course, and I'm going to go towards the launch.
Yeah, so the captain's going to be like, I can get you guys relatively close. However, it's worth noting that those tentacles coming out of it are definitely chitin, and I know from experience they can throw things at us. I know that sounds low tech, but if a hardened piece of chitin pierces this bridge window, everyone in here, gets to die. So,
I'd like
Ooh,
to
we
pull
should
my
shoot 'em.
mast down. I'd like to pull my mast down.
So we would like to hang back at a pretty good distance and throw the launch at it from long range.
You just try to match its speed. We'll catch up to it.
Sounds good. Now you guys are going down to the launch, and I, of course, didn't make a launch token, so I'm going to use the shuttle token, and we're going to use our imaginations. This is the launch.
It doesn't look the same.
No, it doesn't.
What kind of game is this? I gotta use my imagination for it. This is bullshit.
Go on the immersion.
Jesus.
You're right. I should have just drawn it on here. What was I thinking?
And to be fair, by Matt's own admission, all you have to do is draw like a phallic object, and you have a ship.
Look, this ship already looks phallic.
All ships look phallic.
What?
That's
hold on.
true. This
Hold
one
on.
too.
Matt, what kind of penises have you been used to seeing that you think that looks like a penis?
What are you talking about? It's the general shape of it. Here, look.
Does your penis have wings? And if it does, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he just cut. He just
have
he
chitin on it.
he just cut
Yeah,
all.
let me move this
He just
out of the way.
he just cut all sorts of parts off of it so he could make the balls look the way he wanted.
Just saying.
He just he took his balls out when he got himself fixed and just replaced them with bat wings. So when he drops straw, it's like whoa, and it flaps.
You wish you were that cool.
It's probably detachable too.
I wish you were that cool.
I do. I wish I was that cool.
It's too late now.
So we're gonna take the launch. Who's piloting the launch?
I'm in it. Let's go. I'm suited up. Everybody suited up. You take those couple of minutes.
I'm in the vac suit.
Check your vac suit pressures.
Okay.
Back suit. As soon as the captain said that if the window got pierced, we're all dead, I was like,
Do we need to roll a vac suit roll to know our vac suit's good?
You're still in the shuttle, so I'm gonna give you a easy check, which is actually a 2 to pass. To go ahead and if everyone buddy systems each other, it's an easy check. Because
Yeah.
there's enough people here who know what they're doing to be like, no, this one goes here, that one goes there. You don't want to breathe through the shithole.
Okay, well, I passed.
is it 2d6 or 1d6?
It's 2d6. Plus your vac suit score, plus your EDU.
I can't fail. Oh, I can't fail.
Double ones means you always fail.
Yeah, you can fail.
I got a
double one, so I
10.
11.
You get an 11.
Excellent.
I'm rolling with a solid 6.
9. Yeah. Passed.
I was waiting for one of you to sheepishly be like, I got 2 1s.
Nope.
And I was just going to be like, you don't need to worry about that for another 5 minutes.
Helmet's on backwards.
So, there's a couple different ways to approach this ship, but this bulge on the top, yes, I use bulge on purpose, is a docking area for a ship your size. It's meant to accommodate a launch. It's wide open, which is not normal operations, and you can see if the lights are on and it's empty.
Oh, so you're saying it's the perfect size for us? Oh, that's interesting.
Yep. You can slide right in there, or you can, orbit the ship a few times and do some inspection.
It's ready for a space dock.
Mm-hmm.
We should check this ship out. We're gonna fly around it and look.
Excellent. Give me a piloting check. It can be an assisted check. Roll me a... Well, tell me how you're going to do it, and then I'll tell you the difficulty.
We're going to stay a little bit away from the tentacles, but whenever there's a closer way, we're going to... we're using all of the windows on the ship and trying to figure 8 around it and make it see our different entry options.
Okay. So when you say you're going to stay out of the range of the tentacles, you mean that out of arm's reach, basically, is what you're saying. So you're never going to be close enough that it could reach out and touch you.
That's what we're hoping for.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a 8+.
How about a 9?
A 9 will do it. When you do this, you get a little bit too close one time, and a couple of the tentacles do attempt to lash out at you, but you're just a little bit faster than they are. But they are definitely active. Many of the tentacles are coming out of the actual ship hull from the inside, and this large bulge on the front, Ghost and Vanguard will recognize that bulb as one of the... Basically, the Chitons shoot these seed pods onto ships, and the seed pods slowly take over the ship. And that's what's embedded right here in the side of the ship.
Is there a way to salvage the ship, or is this pretty much the odds of someone surviving inside there pretty limited? I mean, that thing's already spread pretty far.
It's not about how limited the options are. The salvaging the ship is out of the question.
Okay.
You're not worried about that. However, there could very well be survivors on the inside. Unfortunately, the Chitons sometimes use them for food.
And how much are they worth each again?
How much are what worth?
The survivors.
Oh. There isn't really a number on it.
I was gonna say, why are we doing this if we've got, just going to pick up food?
Oh, we're not going to eat them.
And it's also worth pointing out that the Chiton don't eat them either. They feed them to the ship. The ship is alive.
Cool. That thing is trying to become one of the Chiton ships.
Yes, that's what it's going to grow into.
Well, guys, we can go in there and kill it. We can stay out here and kill it. But it's gotta die.
So blast it from a distance?
Well, it could be survivors. Our job is to rescue any...
We have to stop it moving. It's in
Yeah,
our patrol area.
But while you're doing this, it is making a beeline for the planet.
Yep, we gotta stop it.
Also, remember that you have a crew behind you in the big ship.
Does it have engines that could be taken out?
Yeah, it has engines. They're not on right now. It's coasting, but it does have engines.
So they could blast it off of its current course, right?
They could try to do that. That's incredibly complex, but yeah, they could try to do that. They would have to move within weapons range. But
alternatively, if we just put breaching charges on the front, the tip side,
Wouldn't that knock it off course significantly?
It would just cause it to spin.
Yeah, it might.
It also could turn its engines back on and get there.
I mean, all of those things are things. So yeah, you could attempt to knock it off course with the shuttle or breaching charges. You could ask the captain to move his stuff within range, but you would definitely have gotten the impression when you were talking to the captain earlier that he does not want to be within weapons range of this thing.
Yeah, you want me to dock with that big open hole that's clearly not chitinized yet?
Yeah, that seems like what we need to do.
We also can just walk from there onto the hull to try to knock off that big front cone part. I don't know how many shape charges you think we could just try to dislodge that. I mean, there's still a lot of holes we gotta walk around though.
Who are we missing? Missing like 3 people.
You are.
Yeah, my token's not out there yet.
You're missing Sterling. You're missing Deacon. You're missing. I need to reload Maul's image. I'm gonna do that while we're talking about it.
The boarding vac suits. I didn't read if they had magnet feet. I don't think
I
so.
thought everything had magnetic feet, but it's a good point.
The power armor does not have magnetic feet. The vac suits do. There's a distinction in functionality, even though both power armor and vac suits use the vac suit skill. There's a distinction in functionality between power armor and vac suits. Vac suits are designed for spacewalking. So the stuff you just bought is designed to walk on the hull of the ship. It's designed to go through the corridors in the ship. It has integrated weapons in the armor. It's built to do what you're doing here. Power armor is not. It is built to be like a ground combatant set of badass power armor that is built to kill things very, very well and does that. So there's a distinction between the different kinds of stuff, and some of the sets of armor overlap a little bit of one or the other. Like the boarding vac suit.
I'm wearing the vac suit right now.
Yeah, the boarding vac suit is much more power armor than any of the other vac suit sets. And there's a set of power armor that has a lot of vac suit-esque capabilities. So there are some suits that overlap. This suit is kind of one of them. But because it is primarily a vac suit, yes, you can walk along the hull. You're going to have little tethers and utility things to help you move around. I don't think this suit says it has a EVA jetpack.
No, it has a computer, IR goggles, a Geiger counter, a scope, and something else.
But that doesn't mean you can't pick up one later.
Sorry
Yeah, I
to
think it
interrupt,
is
but
really
I can't seem to grab my character. I don't know if you guys could, how that works, but...
Which one are you trying to grab? You're trying to grab the backup character? You're probably trying to
Well,
grab...
no, my Sterling character that's over here.
Yeah, that's the backup one. Those are all locked on purpose so that you can't lose them. I'll make you another one, put them on the table. There you go.
Alright, cool, thanks.
You're right there. This is kind of like our credits screen. This is our cast of characters. All the NPCs and the alts and everything are here. That way we can't lose them.
I like how I'm bigger than everyone else. This is awesome.
I can fix that. Here. You want to be actual sized?
Not midget. That's not... Hey, just because that's my real size in real life does not mean...
Alright. Alright. We got everybody? Everybody's happy?
My token's not out there, but
Excellent. Now I'm just going to move you guys.
Yep.
While I grab this. Uh-oh. Ah, damn it. That's what I didn't want you to do. Done now. Alright, I gotta turn the stream chat back. Here we go. Alright. Now, I need to change one world map. This totally won't break everything.
Everybody hold your breath.
Right?
hold on to your butts.
Holding your breath in a vac suit's probably bad for you. Just continue to breathe in regularly.
And you gotta tighten up that sphincter.
Where it's actually wide open is real loose right now.
All right,
That's how you breathe.
Mr. Kizik, you are pulling in the launch to the dock. Please give me another average piloting check. You may be assisted by teammates.
10.
Left. Go left. More left.
Yeah, I spin it around and back it in. Like, this is the thing that I do. I love me some small spaz stuff.
As you pull into the open hangar, actually that people are the right size, but the shuttle would be much. Launch takes up the vast majority of this bay, and there's really not much in here other than a couple of lockers with some spare suits and irises that go down into the ship.
I'm gonna pull my weapons out.
That's a good idea. We'll save you a minor action later.
I'm also pulling out my weapon.
Same here.
The sound, now that you're in atmosphere, a couple things that you would automatically note without having to make any checks. It smells terrible. And when I say it smells terrible, it smells like dissolving electronics that have been overcooked by voltage, melting plastic, like the smell of welding. That's what it smells like on the ship. The air is a little hard to breathe if you risk breathing it in, but your suits would inform you that the air quality is terrible and simulate most of that for you. There's also sounds of groaning metal, and it sounds like there's insects chittering somewhere inside the ship.
Oh no. All right. Is power on?
Yes, the lights are on. They're not even flickering or anything.
So the atmosphere that's in the ship, you said it's breathable?
Yeah, your suit does report back that it's breathable, but it lists contaminants, and that's what you get, is that it's, there's a lot of metal and melted plastic and stuff in the air.
Any flammable gas?
Any? There is flammable gas in the air, however, not enough that you could ignite it.
Got it.
That good old oxygen.
Well, I guess I'm just kind of asking, flamethrower kind of concept.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the fuel tanks have definitely had some minor breaches at some point, but there isn't enough fuel for you to be worried about setting yourself on fire. Yet.
That's good.
I'm going to grab a couple of emergency face masks, emergency respirators, and attach those to my vac suit.
Oh, it's worth noting that the door did shut automatically behind you. That's why you're able to tell what the atmosphere is like. You guys didn't tell it to shut. It just shut when you came in.
Is there a terminal somewhere that we can try to figure out why that happened?
Sure. Give me a luck roll.
Oh, and as he's rolling, you said we could find some suits and stuff in this area?
There are some lockers that have EVA suits, emergency soft suits.
I gotta
You got a what?
pick high or low.
Yeah, you're supposed to pick high or low.
High. 22.
Okay. There are terminals, but they do not appear to be active.
I was gonna with looking at all the different suits and stuff, I was gonna take a couple of them and just throw them in our ship, so that if we're making a quick getaway with any prisoners, that there might be a few extra suits in our ship.
Okay.
Cool. So is this iris over here? It's got like an open close button.
So, hold on a second, because I have to check the plan. Which isn't a hint at all to you guys. That actually good as the
What's the worst target ever, Matt?
No, I wasn't a target.
That's a nice oil leak.
Oh wow, the floor plan in the core rulebook and the floor plan in the High Guard rulebook are different. Why are they different? Because that's just confusing as shit. It's the same ship. Whatever. Okay. So yes, there's only one iris valve. I lied to you. That iris valve is here. And then there are like lockers that are here. Contain the general equipment available to the bay. Raccoon, you said, or Deacon, you said you were searching these lockers for soft suits?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a perception, which is recon plus intelligence. Let me know what you get.
Oh, those are boxcars.
Awesome. All right.
Uh,
So if you roll boxcars, you get the whole thing. You pull out a door opening kit. Basically, it's an iris override kit. It's got a wrench in it, and it's a specialized wrench that's for cranking open iris doors and forcing it. It also comes with a set of goggles you can use to look at, basically at the iris, and it'll run a diagnostic and tell you whether or not there's air on the other side and stuff like that. It also helps you with electronic bypasses on the ship. It's basically for damage control.
Alright. Great time to get a great roll.
You're the only one who notices you have that, mind you.
So one of those where I would intuitively put it on and like look at it as like, oh wow, this is effective.
You can decide whether or not to keep it to yourself or share with the party immediately or wait till it becomes relevant, but it's up. I just wanted you to know you had it. Your interaction with the rest of the party is what I'm trying to kick in.
Yeah, no, if again, my initial thought was, hey, let me just get some random stuff to, if we have people and we're leaving expeditiously, let's have some additional stuff. But as it's like, whoa, I'd probably pick it up, put it on, and be like, oh, this could be beneficial to the party.
So,
And beneficial to the recon.
Deacon walks back towards John and Sammy, who are standing over the iris valve. This door is not opening.
I wonder what's wrong with it.
Maul's getting ready to hit it with a hammer.
Hey, before you hit it with a hammer, why don't you try this stuff here?
I put it on. I look at the iris.
Okay, so if you put on the Prius goggles and you look through the iris, all sorts of wireframe, like Tony Stark shit starts popping up as the goggles tap into the diagnostics thing on the iris. The iris is jammed shut by a organic fluid that has flooded the internal mechanisms that are supposed to spin it open. And the two possible solutions that it suggests, one of which is to clean the organic solution out, which would be great if you could get to it. The other is to brute force the iris open with the iris wrench.
I'm gonna go that way. Yeah, let me get that iris wrench from you, Deacon.
Okay.
And we'll go through this old school. I'll start cranking away at this wrench.
Okay, this is
It's slow, right?
it's a strength endurance check to see how many rounds it takes to open it.
Strength, endurance. Something I'm good
Sorry,
at.
athletics endurance. or athletic strength. It could be either one.
Okay.
Maul is just flexing on the other side, looking at him.
He's probably holding his hammer lovingly, talking to it.
It does have a computer on it, so that's possible.
I got an 8.
Okay. So it's an average check, so it's only going to take one round to open it. It makes...
Squelching noises.
Yeah, it makes squelching noises. And as you're opening it, brown and greenish fluid start like gushing out of all the like pieces, like they were inside the recesses the iris was supposed to tuck into, and they're being forced out. Now, luckily, grav plating is forcing it to go down further inside the ship and not into the bay you're in, but you do have to go through this iris at this point. As you crank this thing open, the lights down the iris shaft are off. The ladder is completely covered in brown-green goop, and the iris valve on the other end of the passage is closed.
How far away are each iris opening? You said there's a passage.
There's enough room for one person to easily stand in there. And both irises could be closed with a single person in there, but it's not much bigger than that.
Okay, so I jump down into the hole with the wrench, and I'm going to open this iris too.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the roll again.
Okay.
Can I try to jam something to keep this one open?
So it is locked in place, but you can attempt to further open it. You've got tools available, so if you want to do a quick mechanics check to lock it open, you can do that.
I got a 12.
Boxcars or a 12 with mods?
12 with mods. I
Okay.
got 10 and then plus 2.
Okay, so you crank this one open. This one opens much faster, a lot less organic material in this one. Oh,
We won.
I got an 11, so I'm like welding this top part so that it never can close again.
As you do that, you hear John go, "I got it!" and fall through the bottom iris because the ladder's all slippery. As he hits the ground, this is what he sees.
Well, fuck.
Oh, Maul's right behind him.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll our initiatives.
Well, which one's the initiative?
So initiative can be fast of body, which is dexterity, or fast of mind, which is intelligence. It can also be based on... It can be based on anything you can justify it for, is basically the way that it works in this system.
Going dex. I got an 11.
Good.
Yeah, I don't see how I could justify strength, so I'll go dex.
I may have overthought it, and I got a 4.
Well, I also got a 4.
I got an 11 as well.
So, baddie number 1 got a 4, baddie number 2 got a 3, baddie number 3 got a 6. We get a roll for Sterling.
I got a 6. Oh, sorry. No, let me check real quick. Hold on. Yeah, it was a 6.
Okay. So it looks like Ghost and Kizik get to take the initiative before the first baddie. For the record, when this combat started, as we moved our tokens around, which is fine, John's the only one at the bottom of that ladder at the beginning of this round.
Yeah, I didn't.
I moved your token. You said you were right behind me. I was trying to stack you up on top.
It's all good. They can even stay there because it's wherever they are, just as long as we take the action to jump down through the tube. And more importantly, we're clearing the tube as we jump through, because only one person fits at a time.
No, I didn't move my character. I was good. Matt cheated.
You're in the tube. Whatever. There's no cover down here, right?
So what you've landed in is basically a utility area next to. This is a subsidized liner, and it's been refitted for passengers. So these are all makeshift staterooms. They're cube walls because this is a reconfigurable space. So you've dropped into a cube farm with bunks in it, and you've dropped into the maintenance space where like there are cargo pallets and stuff around you, but I guess I either used a model that wasn't in there or forgot to spawn them in. So there's like some cargo around there, so there is a little bit of cover, but it's like knee high. If you give me a second, I can re-add it to the map, assuming this doesn't break everything.
And they have seen me.
Yes, the three closest to you have definitely seen you. It's also worth noting that this particular level isn't quite as overgrown as the other one is.
Everybody's in vac suits, right? I pull out my Gauss sniper rifle.
Yep.
And I pull the trigger on this guy.
Alright.
Armor pierce 6.
Go ahead and roll your to hit.
I missed.
You didn't miss the ship. Your round sails through the outside, and you instantly hear the telltale whistling of decompression. Alarms start going off, and you hear a bunch of chittering and screaming.
Human screaming or chittery screaming?
Very human screaming. Like, very, very human screaming.
Damn it, John.
I just fell through a hole.
I don't have the originals, but I have a couple of things that should work. Probably a sign. Not. Okay. Kizik, it is your turn.
How far of a drop down is it?
6-7 feet.
Is that...
There is a ladder. It's just covered in shit.
Yep. I have a whole bunch of like waist mounted cable. I'm going to attach a thing to the top rung of the ladder, jump down, use like my little winch thing to slow me down as I hit the bottom and clear out of the way.
All right, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable action.
Is that can I shoot after that, or is that my whole action?
No, that's just a minor action.
Excellent. I have a hand flamer, and I see a big scary thing, and I heard a sniper rifle shot, so a hand flamer gets shot right afterwards.
Okay, go ahead and a hand flamer. Let me roll. No, there's still atmosphere this round. This round you're going to be okay, but hand flamers probably aren't going to work once the place is vacuum.
Yeah, that's why I was asking at the beginning of this.
You were fine up until, last round. So, yeah, go ahead and roll your to hit.
I rolled an 11. I've got a +1, +2. I rolled a 14.
Take your effect and add it to your damage.
Also, whoever's dice these are, they're mine now. Sorry.
You need some dice?
No, I need these 2 dice.
Oh, okay. Because you have a whole shit ton right here.
Yes, I just rolled an 11 with these.
Oh, that's why they're yours. I get you.
Yeah, they're special.
Don't worry, you'll get snake eyes next roll.
That is 8 + 5 + 2 is 15 fire damage. And it's blast 2.
I was about to say, how much is your blast? Okay. Alrighty, so you kill one of them. Like you get that same like shuddering, crackling. Like I said, for those of you who've seen The Mandalorian, the very first episode where he's like toasting the stormtroopers and that crackling noise the stormtrooper armor makes when it gets toasted. These guys make that noise when they get hit by fire. And that one just curls up it like an insect, like a spider that's been hit by raid, and it just dies.
Turns upside down, arms and legs in the air, and they just curl in.
Yep. And it's just dead and on fire. And this one has gotten hit by some of that fire and is very unhappy. It actually doesn't look like it's as badly wounded as it is terrified, and it takes a step back. And that's going to make it the first baddie's turn. So this one's going to be brave. And he's going to see the guy with the flamethrower. Because the guy with the flamethrower is the scary motherfucker to him. Okay, and he rolls a 10. And hits 2. What did I pull there? I did. Okay. Need to roll. I have. Oh, wait, there's 5. Oh, that's a good roll. It's 10, 16, 20, 22 plus 2, 24 damage for Kizik.
Ouch.
Okay.
I wonder if that was the pilot.
It's also worth noting that if they miss, their weapons are going to go through the walls too.
Oh, I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah. They haven't done that yet. They put all that into Kizik. But yeah. Also, just as a reminder, because, I did explain this in the very first episode, but it's been a long time, their main laser weapon is actually part of their body. It's built into their arm, and it fires out of the top, out of like an orifice that's right where their forearm is. So, it being part of their body, injuring them in that location might affect it. That's something that I imagine Ghost's character and Vanguard's character, Craven's character, would know from their many encounters with these guys.
Okay.
I want to graft one of those arms onto my arm.
I am positive that at this point in your career, you would have tried that many times. And, yeah. What?
I've got scars.
You've had ample opportunity to try. It still doesn't work.
Whose turn is it?
It's Silverback's turn.
All right, so what I am going to do is actually going to get over to the iris here. I'm going to grab a hold of the slimy rungs and just kind of slide my way down and take cover underneath one of these over here in the crates.
Okay, that takes care of your movement action. What is your main action going to be?
Main action, I use my flame rifle, and I'm going to go after this thing right here.
Okay, go ahead and give me your to hit.
I got a 5. I got a 5 on the dice. I think I got something else for the rifle, don't I?
So you get your gun combat skill plus your dexterity plus your roll. You add those together and you need an 8 to hit.
Plus you're at short range because we're within 25% of your total range. That's a +1.
Yep, so it looks like I got the 8.
Okay. You got 8 on the nose?
Yep.
Alright, well that's all you need to hit. Go ahead and roll your damage for your gun. Your flame rifle.
13.
Okay. 13's enough. That you toast that thing. What's blast rating on it? It doesn't matter. The other one that's close is dead. You toast another one. Same thing where it makes the crackling noises and then it's like it makes a screeching noise. Its arms all curl up. You really don't like fire. That's the second use of a flame rifle plus decompression. Let me roll something real quick. All your suits start beeping with a low O2 warning for outside on the ship. Like the air is no longer breathable on the ship.
Suck.
Damn, that was quick.
Well, the use of flamethrowers in an already decompressing environment has dramatically increased the consumption of oxygen.
Well, that and the hole in the wall.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a tiny hole.
It is a tiny hole. It's only one factor, but I've rolled for them, when you roll them all together.
Well, it is what it is.
All right, who's up next? It's Raccoon.
Yep, looks like it's me, and looks like I'm, despite my trepidations of hearing some of the fires or shots and everything, I'm gonna go down this ladder to join everybody else. And then I've got my laser pistol to launch at this guy.
Let it go. It's worth noting that a laser pistol will also pierce.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It takes a lot more to do it than the Gauss rifle. The Gauss rifle was a given. Like, no matter what Ghost did, if he missed, he was going to pierce the ship.
I knew I should have brought my slingshot.
well,
Shit, man. Even if I hit, I'd probably pierce the ship.
I got a 9.
Depending on how well you rolled, that's a valid point.
Alright, so that's a 9, which is good. And I get 3D. Yeah.
Plus your one effect.
So that is 13, 14.
14 damage with a laser pistol. This guy's already had 2. You barely get, like, you start pulling the trigger on the laser, and it has 2 modes. It has pulse mode where it shoots like a gun, and then it has stream mode where you hold it down and it'll drain the battery if you hold it down long enough. And basically you stream into this thing, and for a split second you don't think it's going to actually kill him, and then it just barely breaks in there, and he like hits up against the wall and slides down into a sitting position, and his little glowing eyes dim out.
Ew.
Graven, you're gonna have to walk to your targets. He's muted.
I'm gonna jump down and try to use the momentum to keep rolling forward.
You can do that.
How far can I get?
Do you want to go into, I want to make an athletics roll and push my luck here, or do you want to go into, I just want to go as far as I could standard move?
Yeah, I'll push it.
Okay. If you give me an athletics roll and you make an 8 or higher, you can get all the way up to melee range in the next 2 down the corridor.
All right. All right. You said I need an 8?
Yep.
I got an 8.
Okay, I
I
was about,
actually got a 9.
you got a 9. Okay, so you can carry 1 effect over.
Oh, so like a charge.
Yes, it's like a charge. So you carry 1 effect over into your melee attack for your first person. And then any effect from there will go into your damage. That make sense?
So carry the effect into the attack roll and then into the damage roll?
Yep. It's a chain thing. We're doing one thing into another. As long as you roll well, it'll be really cool at the end.
I rolled real well.
Okay? You get boxcars.
Let's see. Not quite. I missed it by 1.
Okay.
All right, so it's rolled 11 plus 4. That's 15 plus 1 is 16. So it's 16 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Which carries 8 over to your damage before you even roll your damage.
And the damage is 3d. All right. So 16 damage total. Oh, 17 if that one carries over. No, the one doesn't carry it because it already carried over. Yeah.
16.
Yeah, 16.
What's your AP rating on your hammer?
Hold on. AP 4 and Smasher.
So you kill one in your charge. You basically splat the first one as you power armor tackle him or smash him or however you want it to play out. He's dead.
Nice.
It's 17. I did forget to carry that one.
Alrighty. So, however you want that first guy goes down, there's a second one right behind him.
Can I knock the one I'm killing into the one that's still up?
How much effect did you have?
17.
You just barely got him, so I'll let you do it, but it's not going to have any meta effect. It'll just be theatric. But yeah, you can totally do that. You stagger him back. His whole head's all squished up by your hammer. I'm assuming you hit him in the head. And gore and viscera and all that jazz and screeching insecty noises. This guy is disconcerted. Let me do his roll real quick. He rolls a 9. So he levels his laser arm at you, and you see the glow, and all you can think is, fuck, not again. So, I can just do it like this, I forgot. So that's 20 plus 1, so it's 21 damage as he burns his laser into your chest.
Hold on. 1, so that drops to 10. So it first comes. What's the first stat it comes off of? Is your endurance?
Yes, the first one it comes off is your endurance. After you take away, don't forget to take away your armor for your suit of armor.
Yeah. I'll have 3 of something left, or 1 and 2. Do I take it like I split them between them as I go?
You pick one and then you stick with it until it goes to 0. When it goes to 0, you're unconscious.
I thought it goes between 2 stats.
So you pick.
Like all.
So once endurance is 0, you pick either strength or dexterity, and that becomes your secondary stat. You see what I'm saying? But you can pick which one it is.
Okay. So endurance goes to 0, and then this one goes to 4.
It's also worth noting that you have a minute, which is 10 rounds, to administer first aid to any injuries you guys get.
Alright, that's it.
Alrighty. This other one comes stumbling out of this room, and he's too shocked to do anything this turn, but has the open door behind him. You see that there are people chained to the beds in the staterooms. And one of them looks like it's been partially dissolved by the goop that's coming from the wall. But the only person that would be able to see that would be Maul. Alright. Back to the top of the round.
Is that the room that my bullet went into?
Your bullet went through all of these, like at an angle. It went through that room, but it went like through the outside of the hull too. These are, like I said, these are like cube walls. They're modular walls. So, you guys are basically in power armor. If you wanted to, you could just smash through those walls. They're not that tough.
Okay.
But yes, it went through there, but you didn't hit any of those people.
I can beat down on the ones he's fighting, right? There's 2 of them over there.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna switch weapons though. I'm gonna go to the regular old assault rifle, so I don't do so much damage.
That's an option. Melee weapons and shotguns are also always an option.
I didn't buy one of those. I'm a moron.
I feel like now's a time for Deacon to realize that he also saw 6 or 7 cutlasses in those lockers, because there would be at every airlock a bunch of cutlasses. It's like a standard procedure on a ship.
Need swords.
Yes.
Yeah, if you guys really want to get into hand-to-hand combat, there's tons of swords up there too.
Alright, I'm gonna try to shoot this one.
Yeah.
What's up?
He's still in shock from what he just walked out on. There's a guy in power armor just smashed his buddy's face literally off.
I got a 13.
Okay. Roll that effect over into your damage.
$18 damage.
That one is dead. So I meant to do this at the top of the round. I am going to interrupt us right here and take a quick bio break. If anyone needs to get a drink or use the restroom, now's a good time.
Copy.
Kizik, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
How does auto work?
What do you have? An auto 3? You've got an assault rifle.
Auto 2 assault rifle.
You either choose burst mode, where you get just an extra 2 damage to your successful hits, or you roll your attack twice and then roll your damage twice, depending upon if you hit both times.
All right, I'll do that next turn.
Bullets are weird, and I don't quite understand it. It says if you're using burst mode, it takes 3 times the regular shot, and if you do full auto, it takes 9 times the regular shot. So you can go full auto. Like mine was auto 3, and I have a 40 magazine, so I can go full auto 10 times. So it's just a full minute of. But what else? Yes. Also, you need to choose the most challenging target. Like you can auto 2 different targets.
Okay.
They have to be in the same like firing arc.
Right. Like I could have picked both of these things.
Yep.
I cast Fireball.
I did that the first round. I'm out of oxygen now. Also, I'm really hoping that the laser things that they shot at my suit didn't pierce it, and I need to repair that real quick.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. I mean, how aren't these things like yeah, they're 11 protection.
Yeah, hit me for 22.
The damage hit me for 21. The damage you're taking is the physical beating the armor is taking as it your body takes as it hits the armor.
Right.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping for.
Otherwise, armor would be pointless since somebody could just take a pin and poke it and you would die.
I mean, that's fighting in a vacuum, what you want to do.
The armor in Traveler, as it was described to me, this is not part of the core rulebook, so but it makes sense, is multi-layered. There's a layer of ballistic gel that's sandwiched by ceramic and metal plates that stop different types of damage. So while the laser would burn through the metal parts that are meant to stop bullets, the gel would absorb the damage so that it would heat up and it would burn you, but it wouldn't bent you to space. If that's what the question was, I missed some of it.
Yep, I don't have to stop and repair my suit because I got hit with a laser in the face.
Yeah, eventually you could potentially take enough damage for that to be a thing, but if I do that, it will be because you have taken so much damage that, like, realistically, you'll probably be rendered unconscious before that's really a concern.
Getting first aid, that's going to be in the future. I don't know how to. I hope there's like a really cool suit first aid diagnostic check you could run.
But you guys could also plug the holes.
Yeah.
I have duct tape.
Yeah, like if you plug the holes, actually the hole's small enough that if you don't use flamethrowers, you probably could buy a little bit more time. But that also takes away your most effective weapon, so it's a trade-off.
Yeah, so I look at my heads-up display and I see beep, 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 low oxygen, and I look around at everybody, and nobody's seen this happen before, but my hand splits in half and a laser pistol pops out of it, and I peek around the corner and take a shot at the whichever one's still up.
I totally forgot you had that until just now. We even talked about it.
Haha.
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll your to hit. This one's dead. Ghost did enough damage to kill that one. So there's only one left in the intermediate hallway.
That's a 13.
Okay, carry over your effect into damage.
I stole some good dice. That's 15 damage. That's 16 damage.
Nix, the answer to that is no, it wouldn't, but I'm going to let him have it.
He muted himself, so he's telling me how awesome it was, and the guy's face is exploding. There's little bits of chitin everywhere.
I'm concerned they're not going to make it through this encounter, so I'm giving him a little bit of slack. That is, if you did 16 damage, all those things happen.
I'm also hugging the corner so nobody knows how or why that laser pistol came from anywhere.
Sweet.
Did you put that in your prison pocket?
The man purse.
All right. So Maul, who is the furthest forward person, would see that there are chitin further down the corridor. And they've definitely seen you guys, but they're not coming towards you, like they're almost hiding around the turn. And there's a big door here. Sorry, I didn't have time to put all the doors in the way they should be, which is probably confusing you guys a little bit. It's one of those things I meant to do and didn't, but yes, there's a door there. Exactly. And they seem like that door must lead to the bridge. It may occur to one of you to call the other ship and say, can we have a download of the schematic of this vessel? At some point during this fight. But you think that door probably leads to the bridge, but they're like hiding in this alcove. You guys can either stay in combat time and rush up to them, or you can take a moment to breathe.
Does this alcove right here actually go to any place? I mean, is it just open for if it gets open, or is it kind of like our door not being there? Is this actually open, going somewhere else?
You guys can't actually see around that corner, but getting the schematic for the ship would probably help.
Can I do a medical check on myself?
Yes, you guys can take a moment to breathe and do first aid.
Sammy's going to say, hey, I got a bulkhead patch. Somebody go patch that hole.
That's a great idea as well.
Where's the hole?
It's in this room.
Follow the bullet trajections.
I got a 9 on my medical check.
Okay. You take the effect and you add that to your endurance, I think it is.
So I get 1.
I think that's what it is. Am I right, Kizik? You and I talked about this at length. I can look it up real quick.
That's how I remember it.
Alright, I'm looking it up. First aid. Applying first aid restores a number of characteristic points equal to the effect of a medical check plus your EDU.
Oh, so it's the whole effect.
Yeah, so the effect is anything past 8. So, did you add your EDU modifier to that?
How many can you do?
You can do 1 per injury.
1. I'm going to walk over to my buddy John.
Wow, 1 per injury per person, or
One
per roll, or
1 per injury. Well, you're not supposed to walk up and get shot in the face. So, do you not have an EDU modifier?
No.
Okay.
My
do.
highest stat is my social, which is a 12. Everything else is 8s and 7s.
yeah, I've got a medic modifier along with the field med kit.
And I'll walk over to my buddy John and say, "Can you check me out? That thing hit me pretty hard."
Yep, I sure can. I can do a medic check on you.
As I'm shaking my hand, making the laser pistol try to disappear.
I guess
How does that work if you've got a suit that's supposed to be enclosed?
We're hand waving it right now because you guys have already said you're going to patch the hole.
Right.
I also assume that my whole hand is prosthetic, so my suit stops at my wrist.
Ah, that's cool.
I had thought real hard about that.
All right, I got a 9 for your medic.
I
Your
say
first aid.
things. It feels good. I feel like I still might be bleeding internally, but it's all right.
You probably are. I need that patch though, and I'm gonna try rushing over there to patch the hole.
I was gonna.
If you're gonna do
I
that,
thought
that's fine.
I thought Deacon was doing it. It's
that was-
it's
That was graceful.
it's an average check plus whatever the patch does to help you. I think the patch just gives you the capability of doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is page 49 on the central supply bulkhead patches? Is that it?
Yes.
Sounds right.
Okay. Blah 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 blah. So it's just mechanics check.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm actually semi good at that. So I go back over to my dice.
Are you gonna scream like there are two people dying in here?
Maybe.
One of them's already dead, and the other one is very much alive but terrified.
So it's mechanics plus education or intellect. I have an 8 or a 9.
Okay, so it's plus education.
Okay. Yep. That's an 8.
Okay, that's good enough. It still patches it for 1d4 hours, 4d hours. So roll 4d6s. That's how many hours you have before it starts leaking again.
4d6s and 16 hours.
Sweet. Alrighty. So while you're in this room patching this thing, like I said, the wall has like tubes that have been like pulled out of it that are organic. That like the person on the top bunk has been like completely cocooned in this goop and has been basically digested. And the person on the bottom bunk is next. Like it's starting to leak through the bunk and is chained to the bunk and is losing their effing mind right now. Like screaming at you to let them go, please.
All right. Now,
Just
now
a second. Let me patch this wall.
Now that this wall is patched and there's a chance for this person to live, I will yank this person off with all of my might.
Oh man, I want to be like, okay, so you ripped their wrists and ankles off. But I'm not gonna do that.
Deacon's not strong enough to break somebody's wrist.
I'm at least average strength, but
But yeah, you've got tools, so you pull them out of there. It's just your phrasing was, amazing.
yeah, the initial holy crap, how I guess I was overreacting to how quickly that person may be devoured by the ship.
Oh, it's been taking a long. Like they've been here a minute.
Okay. So
Maul ran into this other room. Both of these guys are already dissolved and eaten.
But it's not like changing them into chitin or chitin or whatever, right?
No, it's dissolving them into base materials.
There's so many chitin on the ship. I'm trying to figure out why. It's fucking crazy. I thought the crew was being taken over.
So was the person that I was able to break free? Are they capable of climbing up the ladder to get back to our ship?
Yes, the person that you set free is absolutely 100% like able to move, ready to leave, highly excitable. Really wants to save as many of the other people. Like their family is somewhere here.
Okay. Yeah, hold on a second. There's definitely multiple chitins still here, so
Let me give you a token.
Is your name Kevin, sir?
Who, me? No, I'm Jim.
The guy above him was Kevin.
Kevin was in the top bunk.
You beat me to it, but yeah, I was gonna be like, that was my brother. Right there is Kevin. It's sad.
Poor Kevs.
Yep, something just ate him up. It's almost like there's some magical thing that happened somewhere.
What?
We'll see what we can do, Jim.
Somebody used a magical tool.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Yeah, if he pops out of that door, I'm gonna hand him a emergency rebreathing mask and tell him to save as many people as he can.
He's gonna come out that door. All right. The room you're in, one of those two people is also alive.
All right, I'm gonna chop the chains off of his arm or her arm and get him out.
Okay. So you got two civilians who are now going through they're not going towards the bridge because they know there's bad guys up there, but they're going to start trying to deal with the rest of them.
I'm gonna try to clear some rooms out.
Okay. Just so you guys know, like, even though these Triton up here haven't, like, moved towards you, they are still up there.
Yeah.
So you said these walls aren't that
They're like cue balls.
yeah. So Sammy's gonna get in one of these and start suppressing fire through the cube walls towards them. Once everybody's ready.
Somebody
good
actually
idea.
gotten. Did anyone get the schematics for the ship yet?
Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna call in to the Orkin. Can you guys can Packard? Right, Packer?
Picker. This is Captain Picker. And yes, we can send you schematics of what the ship should look like if it's in a standard configuration. And
Sweet.
this is what shows up on your datapad.
The next captain will be named Packard. He'll be HP Picard. Thank you.
That was pretty good. Kizik, roll a side check, please.
Seven.
You're okay. Something just woke up, and since you failed the check, you're not going to be able to tell exactly where it is or what it is, but it feels like one of the big ones.
What?
Sheer. There's a big bad coming. Sheer. You know what I'm talking about? You remember the big floating brain we shot a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one of those on the ship. There's something big and scary on the ship.
Oh shit. Where are the breaching charges?
I got one right here.
I have two.
Can we throw the breach charge up there and like?
That's not how breach charges work.
What we should do is back up to here and set a breach charge in each corner, and then one in the ceiling, and then leave and just cut the ship in half.
Yeah, that seems like it might work. If we set a few breach charges here and get as many people off as we can.
I mean, if your goal is to destroy the ship, you don't need to use the breaching ones. You can just use the plastic.
Right.
The breaching charges are relatively small. Also, you can charge it and throw it. It's not meant to be used that way, so you'll take a penalty for the improvisation, but you can still do it. Although, I don't want to sound like I'm discouraging Maul's plan, because that's not a terrible plan.
Where are the engines on this?
They're in the back,
Lowest.
on the lowest floor.
Where?
I figure that we're like here.
You are right there. Oh, that's what didn't load in. Cryopods. I had cryopods in here where these crates are. They didn't load in. So you're sitting amongst some cryopods. None of them are occupied, but that's what these crates are.
Gotcha. Okay, so We can. Is this like a door then?
Yeah, that's an iris.
Door
That's an iris that goes up to the launch. See how the lines go up and down?
Oh yeah, but the launch would have been. Here.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I couldn't look at this map because it was covered. So I was trying to go by memory.
Right,
you're correct.
My question is, can I use an iris to go down then, or poke my head through and see what's down there?
You can go down there. You can try to be stealthy and do some recon if you want. That's absolutely a thing you can do. You got people who are freeing civilians who are making their way up to the launch. Looking at this map, you would know that the bulk of the civilians would be right here where you guys are at. If you can clear out the rest of this hallway, that's where the people should be.
So do we know for a fact that the well, now that we have the schematic, so we know that that's actually the bridge up there, number 1. So okay.
All right then. I'm gonna start sneaking around, and maybe I can get a drop on these guys. To get a surprise round or something. Jesus.
They know we're here.
Yeah, they do.
They've started to look at us.
All right, fuck it.
We're not going to try to go to the basement?
No, we gotta clear this hallway first. There's more people in here somewhere.
Yeah, can we cut through these cheapo walls? Or you said we can just run through them. Could we Kool-Aid Man through a couple of these walls?
Yeah. There's only a 1 in 6 chance that you're not going to be able to make it through because you're going to hit some beam or conduit or something. You just roll a d6. And it's 1 minor action per wall.
I'm gonna use my hammer to take walls down.
Yeah, that's smart.
Okay.
I'm gonna let them Kool-Aid Man. I'm just gonna hang out and help
Okay.
these people.
Quite a
What do you
few.
want me to roll for that?
It's a cardboard and conduit wall. You have a static mall. You don't have to roll for that if you don't want to. You can roll an athletics check to see how many of them you can barrel through in 1 turn. That seems like a fair thing to do.
Was it 6 or 1 to hit the beam?
It's 1 to not be able to make it through.
Excellent. I made it through 1 wall.
Jeez. Are these the people that we're rescuing?
Yes, I'm just putting more of them down here as they're saving more of themselves as you clear the hallway.
I did not make it through the second wall.
Okay.
7 walls.
Is there a way we can
1,
mark
2,
which ones
3,
we've already been
5,
through?
You can make it all the way out here.
I'm not going out yet.
Okay.
I'm going to take all 6 of my grenades and tie them together.
Thanks.
And I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna let them know that I've tied all 6 grenades together, and yeah, I'm about to toss it out there and then run back this way.
Okay. Are you going to give the civilians a second? Because, like, now that you've cleared a hole through here, they're, like, grabbing as many of their people as they can.
Yeah, I'm telling them, get the fuck out. GTFO,
Yeah.
I'm blowing this shit up.
Is that grenade gonna do anything to damage the paper walls?
Oh, it's going
Yeah,
to...
more than
It's
likely,
gonna fuck this ship up.
Like,
I mean, are we gonna have like we start blowing a hole in the hull anymore? Or?
I'd
6 grenades. There will be no hull.
Yeah, when I hear that, I'm trying to get back to our original ship to get.
Yeah. You should get everybody on board the ship. I'm not even going to toss it out there. I'm just gonna strap it to the door here, put it on a timer, and leave.
All right, so I'm gonna start dragging people back to the ship then.
Okay. So if you have a leadership role, you can use that to coordinate them to get them all up.
I do.
Well, you do, but you're in the middle of blowing shit up. I was more talking to Sterling.
Oh no, I don't. I'm just gonna say, hey, run or die.
You don't have any sort of diplomacy check. That's fine. You don't have to.
Oh no, I don't. I'm just like, hey, look, get the heck out of here. If you want to live, run there.
I'm like, I don't know if a persuade is a check or not to tell them to.
Yeah, persuade's the thing. If any of you that are helping can go ahead and make rolls to try to coordinate to get as many of these people off. What I'm really looking for is for you guys to pass some sort of persuade or leadership and then to give me a straight 2d6 roll to see how many of them you can get into the launch before Maul goes all Kool-Aid Man on these motherfuckers.
Are we not interested in the lower deck at all? Because once we toss
No.
that grenade,
No, I'm good. I'm also not going to toss the grenade. I'm setting it on a timer and hanging it on the door, and then I'm leaving.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that Maul was all about that grenade, I'm like, nope, I don't care.
Do you want me to do a leadership check as I go?
I got it. I got the leadership. You work on the explosion.
I did.
Well, I do need you to do a either an explosives, because you said you had explosives, right?
Yep.
You give me an explosives roll, and if you pass it, you tell me exactly what you want these 6 grenades to do in excruciating detail when they go off.
All right. So, can I describe my plan?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So I'm gonna put a phone, or what's it called? A comm.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a comm on the door and hang the 6 grenades there, and I'm gonna tie the pins to the door, so that when the door opens, the pins get pulled.
Oh.
Nice and simple.
Would you rather do a survival check than an explosive check? Would that be better for you? Because that's a booby trap.
I have a feeling it would be better. Hold on.
I think survival's a skill in this game. Yep,
No,
sure is.
actually, explosives is still better.
Okay, well, make an explosives check then.
Yep.
I got 9 more survivors.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got everyone to the shuttle.
I rolled a 6 on my explosives.
Okay, so that doesn't mean that it doesn't work, but it's not going to work exactly the way you wanted it to. So you tell me what you wanted it to do.
Exactly what I said.
But how much of damage did you want it to do is what I'm really looking for.
It's 6 grenades going off in that exact spot, or tinkling down.
Yeah, it's not a numbers game. What do you want it to do to the ship? Do you want the whole bridge to be gone, or you just want to take out this drywall on these guys, or
I want the whole ship to explode.
Oh, well, it's not going to do that. So since you got a 6 on it, what I'm going to say is that it is going to go off. Like, that meant redundancy. It's going to go off, but it's just going to put a hole the size of a watermelon in the side of this hull here, and blow these guys to complete fucking smithereens. So how far back are you before you hit the button on the comm thing to make it work?
On the ship. Before I do that, I called it, and then I call those guys over.
So we're already on the...
Okay.
Yeah. I'm fucking leaving.
So Sterling and Deacon, you guys are helping with getting the guys on board. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're doing that, while he's setting this up?
no, just heading towards the ship. I might do some pretty cool, jumping jacks and somersaults and stuff. But
You should stick your head down the iris and see what's in the basement.
Ooh, I think I might do that. Just see what's there. But I mean, it's gonna go to crap anyway.
That's true.
I guess you can take a look and see what the fuck's up with these Chitin people.
As I look down there and see the lost Ark of the Covenant going, "Don't blow the ship."
Okay.
You would, if you used your comm to do that, you'd probably get a busy signal.
Sammy, anything to say before we move on to the next phase of this?
Is there anything in the basement that is of importance?
You don't actually you don't actually expect me to answer that question, do you?
Yeah, I don't think we have time to find out.
You guys are I just want to explore. See what's there. Like, there's something on here that's terrifying me.
Yeah, you should go check that out. It's nothing bad's gonna happen. We're leaving.
Yep. I'm the guy that's going to drive the ship away.
You've got like 3 HP. I've got like 3 HP. Let's stick around and see if we can kill ourselves.
Yeah. I just need to make sure the ship explodes.
Well,
It's
it's
good,
only a
'cause we're gonna get in our big
watermelon-sized
ship.
hole.
We're gonna get in our big ship and then start shooting it.
Did John join us?
Well, then it's gonna start throwing shit at us if we do that. It might kill us. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was my bad.
Okay.
Before I go up, can I plant a charge right here? I'm above where I think the engines are. No, those are smaller breaching charges, right? That's not going to do anything. I'm out. Sorry.
Okay.
Overthought it.
Alrighty. Give me your check.
That's a 13.
The launch slides out of the bay. It didn't really leave Sterling behind. That's just hilarious.
I called my phone.
The side of the ship has a jet of atmosphere as this thing explodes. It shreds all these guys. Of course, you can't see that part, but you can see as you're pulling out the launch, the poof out of the side, and then this whoosh as all of the atmosphere in this compartment suddenly vents out this small hole. And the ship does start listing to one side like a maneuvering thruster is firing off. Let me pack this and put you back on the big map. Oh, there are my crates. How the hell did they end up way up here? What the shit?
I see some.
Do you guys see these things? Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to delete these.
Oh, I saw him way up there.
I don't know what the shit happened there. One World. We love One World. We couldn't do this without One World. It's a great mod.
That wasn't knee high at all.
Okay. So, let me put the shuttle back on here.
That's alright. Sorry,
Amber.
there's something else that is way up high that shouldn't be up here.
I'm sure. It's fine. Okay. You guys pull back out of the ship. The little vent thing seems to have changed the direction of the ship minorly. It's still basically heading towards the planet. But it doesn't split the ship in half and it doesn't explode it. So what's the next part of the plan? We've got a bunch of civilians in this launch now with you. They're all like huddled in the cargo bay.
Go back to our ship and shoot that thing down.
Okay. As the explosion goes off, you see the maneuvering jets fire as you're going back to the safari ship, and this ship turns towards your ship as you're docking. All the tentacles are waving wildly. Go ahead and give me a quick docking roll.
And radioing the captain to arm the phasers.
9, not as exciting.
Okay. So you managed to dock with the working. And the captain's like, all right, if you really want to do it this way, and as soon as you guys have docked, you feel the ship like starting to maneuver and juke around. So now you guys are going to be in my abbreviated format of space combat because you guys didn't want to do space combat, where you guys can take on any of the ancillary tasks of the ship. You can help shoot the guns, or you can help with damage control, or, you can help with hacking or sensor checks or things like that. You can use your leadership or tactic skills if you have them. Things like that.
I'll do leadership.
Okay.
We tried the other way, and then we got shot in the face. And we were told that that's not that way we were supposed to play the game.
Yeah, the getting shot in the face part. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, 13 on leadership.
You guys are doing a great job. If you guys had used the explosive plan and actually passed that roll, it would have been pretty exciting. Anyway, 13 for the leadership check. So I will take all the effect off of that and add it to the rolls for the flight crew. Who wants to do what else?
I was going to stand by for any damage control.
Okay.
That's mechanics, right?
When it comes up. But,
Okay.
you guys haven't taken any damage yet.
Yep, no. That's definitely where I should be.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to jump in a gunner seat. I'll take a shot.
Okay. There is one turret. You can either take the primary gunner roll where you are making the gunnery check, or you can do like targeting and computer stuff where you're making computers check to make it better.
I'm going to take the shot.
Okay. You jump in the gunner seat. Who's next?
Can I do the computer side of the turret?
You-
While he's doing the shooting side?
Yep, sure can. I think I've got Silverback and that's it. What's Sterling doing?
I want to do some shooting too, but we only have one turret, right?
We do only have the one turret. At the moment. Well, for this ship, it'll probably be ever. But, you know, you guys are looking, so maybe that's something to keep in mind on future ships. Multiple guns.
Well, we've got a window, right?
I'm gonna pull a Firefly and, like, put your gun in a spacesuit.
Break the window, start shooting like a drive-by.
Yep.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
do that. That was just funny.
You're in a suit with magnetic feet. You can go on the outside of the ship and shoot.
Ooh.
Alright, so give me a gunnery check, Kizik, and a computers check, Ghost.
That's a good point. Ghost should take out the cockpit, the bridge.
I got a 10.
That's
I got a 10 as well.
Those are awesome checks. Take your effect over for your damage. Hold on a second while it's... Take me a minute because I don't have this book. You know generally in the book where it is.
I don't know what kind of weapon we put on the ship.
You have 2 beam lasers because nobody cared. They just wanted it fast.
Accidentally, right on a whiteboard.
So roll 1d for each of the lasers. So 2d total.
It's $1 million for the lasers.
Those are actually the second cheapest guns you could possibly have.
It's the best we could afford from all the Jawas.
That was a damn good roll. I'm gonna steal those dice.
Oh, you can't have those. You didn't take mine? I rolled 2 5s.
All right. So you guys basically lays a bunch of fire back and forth. They do throw some spikes back at you. There's a couple of bracing shots that hit various parts, and Deacon's going to need to give me a damage control check, and he might want to grab Sterling to help him. Because you're going to need to patch those holes before the atmosphere goes off. Those beam lasers slice in, and they hit... You target the components that you recognize, namely the fuel tanks and the bridge. You don't manage to completely take out the bridge, but you do glaze the fuel tanks, and the ship careens off towards a planetoid nearby, and basically spins out of control and crash lands on it.
Do we have a torpedo to blow up that planetoid?
You do not. You have 2 beam lasers.
How many shots would that take?
With the beam lasers?
Yes.
It'd take a while for the whole planetoid.
Let's follow them as they continue crashing and just continue shooting them.
Okay.
We definitely want to mark them out so that we can find it later. Make sure it doesn't take back off. That's for sure.
Oh, it's not a take back off kind of crash.
Okay, good.
They made a big hole when they hit, but it also there is visible wreckage from orbit.
Can we make the wreckage invisible?
If you guys want to try to land the ship, you are welcome to do that.
No, we don't want to land the ship. We want to make it invisible from space.
I don't think we've got the
You got the
firepower for that.
Yeah, you got the range for that particular task. Although, as you're suggesting that, Captain Picker would be like, we could make mines, drop them out the cargo bay, but we couldn't do it right now. We'd have to, go make them. But, it's something to think about in the future, We got a cargo bay. We can totally make some mines.
What charges for space?
Basically.
Does that planetoid have atmosphere?
Yeah, that planetoid has a colony.
We should go down
No.
with flamethrowers and just burn the wreckage.
It's a valid thing you could do.
All right, we also need to warn the colony.
Yeah, I'll get on the radio. If you want to set the coordinates, we'll go down there and burn the rest of it down.
All right, let's go.
Did you need my damage control roll?
I do.
What else need
I
damage?
need the damage control roll, and I need to know what the effect was on your mechanics check. And if you took a boost from Sterling helping you, you need to know that too.
Okay, I guess I can wait for him to roll to see if I get a boost, but without his boost, I'm at a 9.
Well, all right. So if he boosts you, you roll 3 dice instead of 2, and then you take the highest 2. That's how the
Okay.
boost works.
All right. Roll one for me.
So am I boosting or?
Yeah,
Yeah, roll it.
that's. But you don't have to roll for it. I was trying to prompt that question much earlier than that. I just assumed that the answer was yes at a certain point.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so he's boosting me.
Mhm.
All right, so that means I have 9, 10. It's education, right, for the damage control stuff?
Sure is.
Okay, yep, that's a 10.
You patch up the minor holes. Everything looks like it's more or less working. You've got civilians that you've got tucked away. Relatively safety. The ship isn't really meant to have all these extra passengers, so it's going to be pretty tight. But, you've got them on board, and in an emergency scenario, you can cram a lot of people on here. And you guys said you want to go down there and check on the ship, huh?
Yep, we're gonna burn it. Burn the rest of it. How much fuel do we have on our ship?
It's in the specs. Let's see.
Could we crop dust it?
No, we don't want to waste fuel to burn things. I like where your head is at, but flying is more important.
I bet it's giant. We could take them out.
So we need to definitely warn the colony, though. Did we make that phone call?
Yeah, I called the
Yeah.
colony.
We're gonna check it for survivors.
As we're flying in, can I search for signs of life?
Using your psionic ability?
Yes, sir.
Now you want to use that. Yes, you can.
We were entering a thing where psionics is going to say, "Hey, look, you're right there."
Mhm.
I thought it was an excellent sneak attack idea.
That's what we need, though.
Okay. Did you pass your psionics check?
Yes, 9.
There are 3 very faint life signs, but one of them. I'm not going to have a token for him because of the way we did the maps. One of them is the big bad. He's definitely in an injured state.
So you're saying we should drop some fuel on it?
That is what I was saying. I'm glad you're back on board with me. I'll be honest, I'd crash the dropship at this point.
Just fill that drop ship with all the excess fuel on our ship. Kamikaze it in there.
These are so expensive. I gotta remind you. Like, we can't be
Hey,
going
we're-
spending company money like that.
We own the company. We can definitely do that.
The
Look,
launch costs 2.3 million credits.
Yeah, we cannot just be doing that.
All right, so back to the crop dusting idea. Can we just spray it with our fuel? Really
I think
get it. Do these things
They're
burn?
they're on the ground now. Let's go up and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, there's a big one. He's hurt.
Oh,
the
that's
other
even
side as
better
well?
news.
Yeah. We should. Oh man, do you guys have like? We should try to document this for other people. I don't know how. Let's go kill them first.
Are you saying that we should record this?
I mean,
Get a
some kind of
GoPro?
thing. Yeah, because clearly some weird stuff is happening with that ship.
Are the tentacles still active?
No, they're dead. If it was still active, his sense life thing would have detected it as a life form. Also, most of this ship is not actually here. Like, it probably would have buried itself up to, like, the wings when it hit the ground.
Okay.
Sammy,
When you
lead the
said
way.
big bad, I thought that meant the tentacle thing. And I was
No.
like, okay.
No.
Not that big.
Metagame, it's the same as the psionic attacker that you had from the session where Maul wasn't here. It's one of those.
Okay.
And those are things that you guys would have encountered before. You know, they're kind of like their generals or leaders, and that they communicate telepathically. If you guys are rounding to the top of that hill where, like, the crater is, you would see 3 of them. I'm going to color this one differently. Let's make him orange. So the orange guy is the big bad, and it looks very badly wounded. The other 2 have kind of like pulled it out of the wreckage, but it's not even able to stand on its own.
I told John to take the shot.
I pull up the Gauss sniper. I'm gonna take that shot.
Okay? You remember what happened last time you did this, right?
No?
I don't think you can take out a Planetoid.
I can tell that Ghost does not remember that session at all of many of the tactical things that have happened today. But Kizik,
Nope, I forget
but
all of it.
Kizik does. Kizik remembers it.
Is he gonna say something while I'm loading the sniper rifle?
You've got the order to take the shot. You're going to take the shot. I'm going to stand right beside you as the other ones go feral and attack you and only you.
Okay, good job.
I'm also standing right beside you. Like, we're all right.
Yeah.
Also, that big bad scares me more than trying to save you.
I got a 12 to hit.
Was it boxcars or is it adjusted?
Adjusted.
It really doesn't matter as badly as it's hurt. Your base damage is how much?
5D.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, AP 6 too.
Yeah, it's AP6.
Yeah, you killed it. So, however you want that to go down, I mean, it's on the ground. It can't even stand on its own. So, however that shot goes.
Sammy's got his flamethrowers ready.
Yep.
All right.
Should we collect a trophy?
It's not over yet.
Oh no, yeah, don't worry about it. We're gonna get incoming.
Yeah.
All the others are going right at John now because he killed the leader.
So, as soon as he pulls the trigger, these 2 jump at John.
Hence, I'm a little bit out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can we baseball them?
I was going to say, so what we're going to do is we're going to call this a reaction for them to launch at him, but we're also going to do their reaction time versus basically the 3 that are standing right there. Everyone's going to roll me a dexterity check to see how fast you are. And if you're faster than the feral things, you're going to get to go first. And if you're not faster, then they get to take a turn.
That's just
Can we use our athletics dexterity?
Yeah.
I roll boxcars.
Yeah.
Plus I got a dexterity mod of +2.
Yes, and yes.
I got an 8.
Kizik's going first.
is it just standard dexterity or athletics dexterity?
It's a standard dexterity modifier normally, but you can use, if you have it, your dexterity skill.
I somehow don't have any athletics dexterity, so I'll go with the standard one, which puts me at an 11.
Okay, so all of you get to go before these 2 do. So they're not all that fast at being feral. They rolled a 5. So, go ahead and take your shot. They're like down on all fours, kind of running, like that kind of running, as they are like making just a beeline towards John, who suddenly remembers, oh, that's right. When I killed the big bads, the little ones get really pissy.
12 to hit and 18 damage.
I did 15 fire damage to the other one.
Okay.
I'm not actually getting a shot off.
You don't need to. You can if you want to, but it's insult to injury at this point.
I would like to think that I like Babe Ruth lining up that classic shot.
So I like
You even call it,
Yeah, I say
pointing
4.
out.
Just like Babe Ruth said, I say 4, and I point into the distance with my hammer.
Oh man,
Love it.
I wanted you to hit its head back towards the other one.
I was
like
gonna
ping
think that maybe I take like 3 or 4 shots and I shoot in the cadence of dum bum bump ba-dum dum dum ba-dum. Oh, another one bites the dust. Although that's a few too many shots.
I like how into that particular setup you are. But yes, you guys managed to kill those. Golden intelligence gathering opportunity down, but yeah, you guys totally diverted and destroyed the ship.
Saved a lot of the people.
You did save 9 of the people, which is more than I thought you were going to save. I thought you were going to resort to explosives much sooner, especially when the very first combat round was, well, I pull out that Gauss sniper rifle, and I was like, well, I can't say I didn't see that coming.
There's nothing. There's no other side to John Shear.
It's a reaction shot.
Oh, hold on.
It fell down a hole.
That's why we have combat suits, so that we don't have to worry about things like that. If everyone else did the same thing, we wouldn't have problems like that.
I did fall down a hole. Like I just slipped, no deck save, just fell down into a hole, surrounded by monsters. I did the first thing that I thought of.
You were in a ship's butthole.
Right.
Slippery, just cranking real hard, trying to open up that sphincter.
Look,
He slipped into the ship's butthole and slipped up, just exploded. What's the word? Prematurely.
His first action was just to shoot it.
Yeah.
He did call right as soon as he saw it pulling out his weapon.
I am a soldier first. That's what I do. All right, I'm gonna get back on the launch. Let's leave.
Sammy is burning the corpse that's already been split in half. Like those ones,
Okay.
he doesn't like at all.
I like that you're doing that. Go ahead and roll me a quick perception check.
Recon plus int. That's a 10.
In the viscera is an electronic implant. It's unusual because the Chitin technology is mostly organic. And at the center of that implant that you see in the viscera is a green glowing crystal the size of a quarter that looks very familiar except for its size.
Yeah, I pick it up.
Okay.
It's hot. I'm blowing on it for a little bit. I'm looking at it. It's probably glowing bright green now because it's close to me.
It is glowing a little bit because it is close to you. The electronics don't look like anything man-made, but they're definitely electronics. They look ancient.
Yep. I have a hollow inside my arm. Is this less than a baseball size?
Yes, this is the size of... The whole apparatus is probably 2 or maybe 3 inches in diameter.
I slide it in my smuggler's hollow.
Okay. When you touch it, you didn't get a full-on experience like you got the other time that you did it, but you do feel more aware, almost as though you can feel your surroundings.
It's good. I'm also not touching the green part. I'm touching the electronics that are touching it, making sure that works.
Okay, well then you don't get any of those sensations.
Good. I'm still scared of it.
Obviously. You guys had a chance to capture one of their generals, and you're like, nah, we're just going to kill it. Kill it with fire.
Just kill it with fire.
Yeah.
And a Gauss rifle.
Like,
Yeah, we had the ability to capture a general who has the ability to psionically reach out to everybody, we did the right thing.
Yep.
Mercenaries first, scientists never.
Yep.
I'm out of fuel now, so I start walking back to the ship.
Okay, you guys get back on the shuttle. And you guys are going to continue your picketing mission, right?
Mm-hmm. And
I think we need to go to the hospital, don't we?
yeah, we need some medical help.
Okay. So there's two choices. You can either use the med bay on the ship. You don't have an actual doctor on the ship, but you can use med bay on the ship, or you could actually go use, like you could say, hey, we need to take a break from the picketing thing. We had a combat engagement, and you can go back to the planet.
Which one? How does the med bay work?
You want to go back to the planet for the best result, because then I just roll a thing and you magically get better.
Okay, we'll do that.
Second, I'll tell you how long it takes for you to heal up. Who else has injury, and how many hit points do we have? So I can do them all at once.
I need 6.
You need 6, if that's endurance.
Yes, sir.
How much do you need, Craven?
6 plus 3, 9.
You're both below the threshold of 10. It takes 1 week for you guys to recover on the planet. So 1 week later, you guys can be back on picket with full health.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Just so you know, if you take more damage than that, like if you have 2 statistics that are at 0, it becomes significantly bigger of a thing. But as long as you're below a certain threshold, it's just a matter of basically going to a hospital and letting them work on you.
Sweet.
Okay, so that handles the main story. Yeah, it's just a flesh wound, exactly. That handles the main story, so now we're going to do my second one. Or, I'll let you guys choose. Would you like to go try another contract, which we probably won't finish tonight? Or would you like to... I have a side, like, pirate mission you can do.
Like we're pirates or we're hunting pirates?
Hunting pirates. It's an extension of the picket mission. It was a part of this mission that I didn't have time to make a map for, but I really wanted to do. But it's up to you guys, because I don't have a map for it, so we'll just be drawing it out. There's that other contract you guys have back at base, so we could say you finish this contract and you can move on to the next one.
Yeah, we can do the pirates.
Anybody want to buy a shotgun before we go?
You guys will have a week in the hospital to, be like, hey, well, actually, Maul doesn't need to worry about that, because he was the only one who was properly equipped for that fight.
I had a flamer. I thought that was good.
Actually, it's not true. The flamethrower is an okay weapon. The problem with the flamer is it eats up... Even if there hadn't been a hole in the hull, if you use a flamethrower enough, you'll eat up more oxygen than is available. You guys don't care, because you're in suits. But occasionally, there might be crew that care. Okay, so I'm hearing the group consensus is pirates.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's pirates. Although I will be taking a bio break.
Should do that. Matter of fact, if anyone else wants to take a quick bio break while I lay some stuff out, now's a good time to do that.
I will buy a shotgun.
Okay. Shotguns are readily available. I can't remember if I have a card for them or not.
I like mine.
You may have to just put them on your sheet. I haven't really been making a lot of cards for this one like I did for Edge of the Empire. Edge of the Empire, I make cards for everything. If you buy an assault shotgun, I have a card for that.
Oh, good. That's the one I was looking at.
Card right here. All right. Let me switch this back to the star map. actually bought out. I should do 2 of them. So let's star map.
How long do you want to go? Because I do have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be at the same place, right? I usually go till midnight if it takes that long, but I don't know how long it's going to take.
I'm good if you guys want to call it. I've been working all day.
I mean, I'm good with group consensus, but I'm good till midnight. I had a Red Bull. I'll be fine.
Get it to it. It helped.
And tomorrow's going to be hot.
It is going to be hot tomorrow. True. And I have to do errands tomorrow on top of doing that, which is going to be fun. And I will probably have to drive all over creation to get my.
I feel like your definition of fun and my definition of fun might be a little different.
No, it's that our definition of sarcasm.
Gotcha.
All right. So you guys continue on your way. And you come across a yacht that is just floating in space. No distress beacon. There's no power signature for the main ship. There's power signatures on board. There's heat signatures. There's some moving around on board.
Is there life on board? Can I reach out?
You can reach out. Go ahead and make your check.
9. These dice are my favorite.
I need to duplicate those for use in other maps. All right. So yeah, there's definitely life signs on board. There's a half dozen life signs.
I'm gonna tell John there's people on board. I'm pretty sure they're people too. I'm pretty sure they're not Chitin because they didn't mess with me.
How many did you say?
Half a dozen-ish.
Where are the points of ingress on a yacht? Like, where would we go if we wanted to board it?
Depends on what you're using. Assuming you're using the launch and they don't have a launch in there, you could go into the launch bay, but usually the launch is in there, so you'd end up on this docking port right here. There's another one up above it here you could use. And that's a standard airlock collar.
I think that's the plan.
We got to do the standard thing of reaching out and saying, "Hey, ship, are you in distress? We have no idea what's going on here." As we are sending a vessel over to see what's going on.
You can, but I don't think they had power, right? So their computers aren't up.
Yeah, they're not going to respond. But you guys can totally send the message out, you know, legal proceedings, read them their rights and all that.
Yeah, here's what I think we should do is we should attach to one of the top one and then have a couple of people get out and open the bottom one and we breach at the same time.
The party, yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, you guys put yourself on. So you guys are pulling up in the launch, right?
Yep.
Okay. So half the party is going to open the vehicle bay and walk up to the other airlock. Is that what I'm hearing?
That was my guess, but they said don't split the party, so.
I didn't say don't.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who's getting on top? Who's getting on bottom? But up.
I'm a power bottom.
Yeah, John
Going
wants to
down.
go through that beehole again.
Where's deck? The bottom deck. Okay. Here, we'll send Deacon down. There we go.
All right. Where's Sterling at?
Where is Sterling?
Yeah, where am I?
I think his token's over here. Which team are you going with, top or bottom?
We'll go top.
Okay. I think this one's the top. Just guessing by looking at it.
That's what I assumed.
That's what we're going with until we're told otherwise. Okay. Alrighty. So you guys want to coordinate together. So it feels like someone should make a tactics roll.
I think I have that. Oh, I'm checking.
Yeah.
I have tactics. I have tactics and military.
That
Or
works.
vac suit. My vac suit is. Oh no, that's not tactics, military, or naval. I don't know which one this is.
Which
matter,
I was about to say, whichever gives you your best, like tactics is what you should roll, but whatever gives you your best run.
What does that add to it?
Your 2d6 plus.
Charisma.
Well, yeah, I mean, if
That's
it's
good.
no, it's not
That's
leadership, so it's not
Uh,
education. It's not leadership.
Oh, then it's not. Then I got a 7.
Or intelligence, if that gives you something. You can use intelligence as well. Leadership
Nope.
is a charisma check, but
Yeah,
tactic.
no, I only have a bonus in 2 stats.
Okay, so you guys burst through. It's not exactly well coordinated. Nobody's going to get any benefits for the tactics roll, but you do come through the airlock. Who wants to go first? Or we could just do the thing where we roll through all the colors, and I can start with Plum Raccoon. Where's Deacon at? Deacon, you're first through the
Yep.
door. What do you see? What do you do?
I am first to the door down here.
Mm-hmm.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Um. Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like they were getting ready to do a countdown, and you didn't realize they were doing a countdown, and you just walked through the door. So as you come through the airlock, you are in a standard boarding airlock. There's lockers in here. Normally the doors would have stopped you, but they seem to be in a position where they're just opening on command, which is abnormal. Normally these would be locked. You're able to just come on in.
Yeah. It's like, hey, are we planning on this ship blowing?
Okay. Sterling, seeing Deacon just walk into the airlock, everything appears to be relatively normal. Do you want to walk in behind him? Realize that this is an airlock, so like you're gonna have to close the outer door to open the inner door.
I'm assuming we're still equipped with our vac suits, right?
Yes, unless you say otherwise.
Got it. I am just going to go and continue to follow him.
Cozy in like you own the place. Raven,
That's right.
you guys are at the bottom airlock. You hit the button and it opens.
All right. What do we see?
The inner airlock.
Okay,
Mo-
I'll walk in there.
Yeah, the most shocking part of this part is that door opened. It just opened. It didn't ask for a password or anything.
Okay.
Okay. Kizik, what about you?
I'm the last one in here, so I'm going to open the inner airlock.
Okay, so you hit the button to open the inner airlock. You did the magic thing. The outer airlock door closes. The room fills with green gas. You guys are wearing spacesuits. But the green gas is like abnormal. That probably isn't supposed to happen. And then the inner door doesn't open immediately. It just blinks red 3 times. Ghost, what do you do?
That happens to both airlocks.
If you press the inner airlock door, yes, that happens to both airlocks.
Over comms, you hear, "It's a trap!"
Thank you, Leia.
But we also
yeah, I'll
didn't.
trigger it on our side.
Killing me, Smalls.
But I'm gonna try to like is there like a comm pad on the side of the door? On the inner side?
There's an intercom, yeah.
I'm gonna get on the intercom and say, this vessel has been seized by the raid mercenary group. Is anybody on board? And wait for a response.
The airlock comm would only go to the other side of the airlock. But there is somebody that is on the other side who growls at you and is like, "We don't recognize your authority. This is our ship. We found it fair and square. Go get your loot somewhere else."
Who's we? You're just gonna go ahead and trigger the trap? Okay.
and hit him with a hammer.
Oh, we gotta get the door open if you want to hit him with a hammer.
Oh, good point. Good point. Well, I don't know that yet, so I'll do that in a second.
Okay. Alright, well, you triggered the door. I'm gonna try to jimmy the door open. You said, like, usually these irises have, like, a mechanical aspect to them.
So airlocks and inside irises are different. You can still have the iris wrench, which might come in handy once you get inside. But airlock doors are a little bit more heavily defended than that. Basically, you can electronically override it, or you can try to cut through it with a torch, which takes forever, or you can use explosives, like breaching charges.
Breaching charge.
I mean, we're right here, buddy. I'm gonna try to do the electronic thing first.
It's shaped. It only goes the one way, and we're wearing suits.
I feel like that's what Maul's saying to John as he's trying to override the keypad.
Alright, you do it faster. Like, he just does it faster, like, before I can even put the keypad on the keypad.
Give me your explosives roll.
I was handing it to him, but I can do it.
Yeah, you do it. I had the electronics thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's go back to the top of the round and say, while he's prepping that, Deacon, what are you going to do? You guys are locked in this room. It's full of green mist.
Yeah, it's
Flamethrower.
not gonna add any more foreign substances to this locked room with green mist.
It'll burn the green mist up, and then it won't be bad anymore.
It's all not gonna make it any more breathable for anybody else.
I'm just giving you bad advice, man.
Hey, it's all good.
I mean, nothing bad happens when you introduce flame into an environment filled with an unknown gas.
So is this door right here still shut? And
Yes. That is in essence your problem, is that you are locked in.
okay, so if I look through that door, can I see any obvious way to how to open it?
Obvious? I don't know about obvious, but you're a mechanic. You're a starship mechanic specifically, right?
I have done some mechanics on starships, yes.
Okay. Well, then I'd say you have a pretty good idea of how to override the comm panel. Do you have computers?
I have. Yeah, I do have the very generic electronics, so it's comms, computers, all of that's at 0. So yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a computers check.
Sam is going to offer the same thing of a shape charge. He's going to pull that off his back and start looking at it. Not as confident as Small, but he's got a plan.
It's education, right? So.
Yes, it's education plus your electronics roll.
Okay, yeah, that's a 10.
Okay, you pull out your shape charge, and as you're saying that, he's like boop boop boop. You mean they use the default password and the door slides open?
Yeah, capital P password 1.
Sterling, the door slides open. Deacon's still occupied with the keypad. Sammy's still occupied with his explosives. You see a hallway. The hallway is also filled with green gas, and there are several Vargar. And they're not corpses, but they're bodies laying on the hallway.
Ooh. I'm gonna go check out the corpses and see what they got.
Okay. I mean, the first thing you realize is that they're not corpses. There are several unconscious Vargar who are not wearing breath masks.
Huh. So now the breast mask, the face mask thing. I mean, what's that do?
Breast mask. It feeds you.
He said breast mask. Yeah.
Breast mask.
Yeah, it's like just milk whenever you want it.
It's
Ah.
it's subliminal, obviously.
Right.
I'd wear a breast mask.
Right. Okay. These are, they're obviously pirates. They're unconscious. They don't have breath masks on, which, I was just trying to give you a hint of what the green gas does, like it wasn't obvious.
Well, we got vac suits on though, so.
Yes, you do. But,
So the green gas is making them unconscious.
That means that they didn't trigger it. That means that the ship just reacted to us and fucked the pirates over.
Yeah.
Who owned this ship? Do we know?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
You could ping back and have the Orkin run the registry.
I might do that on my turn.
Yeah. I don't think that Sterling's going to do anything else this turn, doesn't sound like.
Well, I mean, we can always go in here and check out what's going on with the bridge.
You are absolutely welcome to do that. So as you get up here and you walk down the hallway, there's another unconscious Vargar who's holding a giant hammer that he's been hitting the bridge door with up until he fell unconscious. The bridge door is dented and is bolted shut and appears very secure.
Is there any type of communication panel that you can communicate with the bridge?
There used to be, but there was then a Vargar with a hammer.
Nice.
So. All right.
Does anybody on the team have anything they can cut through the door with?
Kizik does.
Yeah, I do. Are we jumping past Maul?
Nope, we're not.
So I'm done.
So Maul has breaching charge. Let's put it on door. Did you do your roll already?
No. Oh, I was gonna ask John if he wanted to help, so I could get a boost.
John.
Yeah, I'll help you.
It probably helps that you guys are like in super tight quarters.
We're also BFFs.
Almost boxcars again. All right, it's 11.
Dude, I wouldn't even have known what to do with a critical on that.
That's 11.
The door still works.
I'm assuming the guy on the other side is now a door sandwich, and whatever, just launch him through to the other side.
So it blows a hole. It blows a hole through the locking mechanism, and the door slides open. And you look on the other side, and there was a Vargar that was standing there, but he's now like looking at the giant hole that goes in one side of him and out the other. Like the fuck, and then he falls over.
Pillaging the solar ship. I just kicked him
he
to
have-
the side.
Did he have a breath mask on?
Doesn't matter.
There's no green gas in this part of the ship.
Shit.
Except for the stuff that's coming out of the airlock, which,
Oh, well, then I'm going to get on the other side and close that door.
Well, there's a giant hole in it now, but
Oh, right.
So
I'm gonna-
I feel like John does it anyway. He closes it. He's like, oh yeah, that's fucked, isn't it? That's okay.
I just start stacking boxes in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shove the Vargar through the hole. All right.
All out.
No one answers.
Do what?
No, there's no one down here.
No one answers your call. You can go room to room if you want. For the sake of
We have, infrared on our goggles.
yeah, I was about to say for the sake of brevity, I'm just going to say there's nobody down on this level.
Butts.
I guess we head up, however that goes.
There's a thingy here we can take, so we don't have to go back out.
So as you guys were searching the bottom floor, I should say there's no one left alive. There are several crewmen in the galley that have been gunned down.
Damn. How'd these Vargar get here?
Question.
Pirates.
You guys pop up here. You find Sterling, Sammy, and Deacon trying to open this door.
Sammy first tied up all the Vargar that were unconscious before making itself to the door.
Okay, that was probably a good decision. There's a smashed comms panel. The door itself has been bashed. Maul estimates it take 2 good whacks with his hammer to get that door open.
I had spent the last 5 minutes like getting out this laser kit and making sure I knew exactly where to cut it.
And then Maul steps up and just smacks it twice.
Tap the door twice.
I mean, it is Kizik's turn, so...
Oh no, I want him to hit it. Like that's just what would happen.
Okay. Well, if nobody's going to object, that can happen.
Do I need to roll for it?
No. I just wanted to make sure that that was what the party wanted to do. So you guys smash open the door, and as you smash open the door, and I don't have a token for him, I apologize. Actually, no. I'm going to change things at the last second. There are 2 people on the other side of this door. One of them, some of you, Sterling definitely, will recognize as Mark Howard. The other is a genetically modified woman. And they are like, holy shit! And they slap breath masks on as the green fog fills the room. And they were like, are you here to rescue us?
Yes.
That's awesome. Things went really bad here, and the defense systems were not doing the job. It does a great job of knocking out the bad guys, but like then you're stuck in here.
So we have a way off the ship, or well, actually, we've just destroyed all the Vargar. So it's up to you guys. What do you guys want to do?
We would like to take the ship back to port, but the Vargar stole all the fuel, left this boarding party behind, and stole our shuttle.
What they expect the boarding party to get done then? Just kill you guys and then stay here forever?
Yeah, so the boarding party was supposed to like kill off all the crew and gather up all the valuables, and the other ones were going to come back on a shuttle.
Huh. Okay, well then, shit. Our, can we put fuel from our ship into this one and help it like limp along?
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Okay.
Almost as though it's cinematic. Maul's comm's gonna ping, and you're gonna hear Captain Picker be like, "Hey, General, there's a colonel, or I can't remember what rank you were. There's a shuttle approaching this position. Doesn't look friendly."
It's not. Feel free to open fire.
Oh, all right. Stand by. And because it's a movie, and there can be sound in space. There's explosions. He's like, okay, it was armed. It's not anymore. It's rapidly losing atmosphere. Pretty sure it's going to explode. Yep, never mind, exploded.
Perfect.
So what are we doing here? Do we shoot the?
We're gonna loan these lovely people some fuel, and we're gonna leave the pirates to suffer their fate. Also, I would like to check the pirates that we've taken down. If they have anything valuable, we'll take it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna toss them out the airlock.
Okay, so we're not taking any prisoners, because that was going to be my follow-up question is, what about the unconscious ones? Okay. So you guys go ahead and wrap up that, and do your space justice thing, and you let Mr. Howard and his mysterious sidekick pilot this yacht back to port.
Captain Picard?
Pickard.
Pickard? Did Mark Howard own that ship?
No. This ship is registered to a corporation on the mainland of Zion Trey. It's a corporate yacht.
Like a rental?
It's something they would used to facilitate business deals. Mr. Howard's not listed as one of their employees, but he doesn't have a criminal record. He's a former Navy officer.
I assume we're not doing this on the ship anymore. Did we just help pirates?
Wait, are you saying that the Vargar were the yacht people?
I don't
And
even...
we just what?
I mean, they were on the bridge. They did tell us that the Vargar were coming back.
Yeah, but that could have been a lie. We
To
just
support
blew
their
up
own
a
people.
shuttle.
Wait, did any of you know that guy?
No?
Oh, Mark, dude? Yeah, I knew Mark.
Is he like to be trusted?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, now you guys got me worried.
He did save your life 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I owe him that one.
Jeez.
You should probably have a conversation with him. He might feel so inclined to give us some money for saving his ass.
Hey, Mark, what the heck is going on here?
Hold on, I thought you guys weren't having this conversation on the ship anymore.
Yeah, I assumed they had already gone. You got to call him.
Oh, give him a call. Reach out and touch.
Okay. So, assuming you guys are flying in tandem back, I'll say that you call over the radio. So you call up Mark and you say,
Hey, so, Mark, yeah, what was really going on back there?
I was on some completely unrelated business when this pirate thing went down. And then we had to do business on the yacht, and well, as soon as things started going south, I wanted to live, so I did what I had to do. Vargar killed most everybody I was doing business with now, so I guess that deal's up shit creek. So it looks like you got a pretty good gig going on now. You last time I saw you were stealing shuttles, and now you're with a mercenary unit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just trying to keep it, keep it loose. Like to be open to my possibilities.
Well, that's good to know. Maybe we could run some side business. If you have the time and inclination.
Sounds good to me. Have to run it through with the rest of the group too, just to make sure other people are on board.
Oh, that's no fun. We could just keep it between us. There might be an occasional thing, just all in the course of your duties. I'm not saying you need to do anything nefarious, but maybe you drop a thing here or there. Even in your travels, you just let me know your itinerary, and I'll see if we can work something out.
As I'm hanging out, talking to the rest of the group, saying the same thing. Hey, the rest of the group is hearing what's going on. What do you guys think?
Oh, so you had him on speaker, and you're like, hold on a second.
That's right. Hit it on pause and everything.
Yeah.
Works as long as it's either legal or we know what its legality is before we start. So we all make that decision going in, eyes open.
Sounds good. Make sure we know the details up front.
Yeah,
just
no
to-
surprises.
Prefer everything above board, but okay.
Are we that kind of a mercenary group? We want things above board.
I'm just an above board kind of guy.
Okay. Take him off speakerphone or take him off mute. Just tell him, hey, it's going to keep the contact communication open. Just drop to us every once in a while. Let us know if anything pops up, and then we can take it as a case-by-case basis.
Sure. As long as you let me know what spicy areas you're going to be in, I may give you a package to leave at certain spots.
Well, as long as I have your radio frequency to be able to get back in touch with you, if that ever happens, then not a problem.
Sure. You got my comm details. And now you got a new illicit contact. Might give you a little bit of something to do from time to time.
Always like that little side something something.
All right. Well, you guys breezed through that a lot faster than I thought you would, but then again, I did improvise a lot of it.
That went well.
It sure did.
I didn't get to use my sawed-off shotgun though. I feel bad.
Oh, don't worry. You'll have plenty of opportunity.
Shot to jog people as I tossed them out into space.
It's like skeet shooting. You guys are in vac suits.
Oh.
I almost wanted to put those guys in vac suits and then push them out into space just to be like, fuck you.
Give them a little bit of time.
Right, like they'll get out there and they'll like start to realize, they'll wake up and be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
They can doggy paddle.
Don't push them. Just let them be an inch away from the TV from you.
I mean, technically they could just fart their way back onto the ship.
Yeah. Then you get a pen and you poke just their air mask. Man, did Sammy torture people when he was a drifter?
I think you were. You know a little too much about it.
That's
I mean,
drifter justice.
I'm reasonably sure John and I know our way around torture just because, sometimes you got to get that info.
And you guys had a golden opportunity to deploy that, which once again I thought we were going to have a cut off fingers scene again from Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. Again, I'm one of those people that when the colonel says shoot him, I didn't even think about it.
I wasn't even planning on giving you that opportunity. I had thought that you guys were going to go to get to the bridge and try to redirect or destroy the ship from there. But it totally worked out the other way.
Yep. If we're all cool with calling it there, that'd be hunky dory. Just like I said before.
I'm good.
Day.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Been fun, man.
Yep. Nice little session. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Well, I'll see
You know how much money we made, or you won't know that till...
Hold on a second. I can tell you that. Plus, and then plus for that. Oh no, it's this one, which is plus, and then plus for that, so it's plus. That's another 90K. And you guys had a couple of, weak opportunities in there, so you got to keep track of those on your own because everybody's going to be a little different. And we're going to call the stream there as well. And thanks everybody for stopping by.